good?
go. Yep.
Alright, so on your way out the west gate of Luga, you were stopped by a sectarian. And Wu was just kind of had enough with him, and he got into some beef. While I think Kian just kind of like sat out, and was it someone else?
Kian just sat out.
Kian
Everyone else
and
joined
Quinn,
in and committed
Quinn
murder.
No, I joined in.
Yeah.
I joined in.
Yeah,
I worked out how to use my familiar
Oh yeah,
as a
yeah,
missile.
for the birding. And so now the sectarians lie in various states of dead around you.
Classic
and,
Pathfinder party.
Yep. I mean, none others are in the immediate vicinity or seem to be like running towards you through the gate to join the fray.
I think we should probably leave. I mean, just a hunch.
Let's all do a runner.
Yeah. So
So
we
we're
think we
going
should
to
vacate the premises.
Yeah, the plan is to leave the town and circle around and try and find like the mass troop movement of the army that's approaching or was intended to infiltrate and live in Luga.
Sure. Sounds
All right. So you head out up the tunnel through the gates at the edge of the lake. The land around here is pretty flat. You've got like a good view around you, just like grass and sparse trees. Along the road back that led into Luga, heading out west, you can sort of see maybe like couple of kilometers out, just like a small figure sort of like sitting by the side of the road.
Let's go say hello.
As you approach it, you can see it's a bald figure. It strongly resembles Isaiah. Just sort of like sitting on the side of the road
Isaiah.
from a flask.
Does he
Well,
have
sort of
that's
like
interesting.
waves out to you guys as he spots you heading towards him.
Okay, quick question. Does he have a sinister mustache?
No.
Is he Isaiah?
Why is it, yeah?
Yeah, like Wario. Let's go and say hi to him.
Well, he's definitely not Isaiah, because Isaiah would not have waved to us.
Alright, so you guys approach him.
Mhm.
And yeah, it looks like Isaiah, just sort of like sitting by the side of the road drinking from a flask. And he just sort of like calls out to you guys as you approach, like, yep, I wouldn't want to stay in that city either.
Okay, quick. Which one's Isaiah?
He's a bald one who was in the warehouse. He was basically trying to negotiate with the Marquis to get the sectarians into the city.
Right, so he's the one who had the magic table and was ordering people around, and we beat him up, and then we didn't.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
Strange place to be drinking alone.
I kind of gotta stick around a little.
What's going to happen in
Yeah.
Luga?
Connie's maybe 20 minutes out by now.
So,
Bearing in mind that we've just pointed the colony toward that elf island miles
yeah.
away.
And they don't like. They didn't seem to like the idea, though. Or at least Isaiah didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is kind of awkward, you guys, but I was kind of just lying. Yeah.
Well, that's
Well,
kind of unfortunate for you.
Oh no.
I guess we
Okay,
were kind of just getting started then.
Yeah, what happens now?
Well, presumably the colony will come and kill everyone.
Yeah. Well, not everyone, but probably everyone. Yeah, so it's kind of pretty close. I still got to stick around to finish some things out, and I don't really want to, be around to watch it happen. So I'm
No,
just sort of sitting out here and
I
waiting
have
for
a
it to.
feeling. I have a feeling you probably won't be around to watch it happen.
Is that a threat?
No,
It depends on if she rolls to intimidate.
oh, I'm definitely not trying to intimidate him.
Look, guys,
He's
I know
already-
I've had some bad blood, but you guys were kind of real dicks to me, and
And
Yeah.
you're kind of going to slaughter an entire city, or directly lead to their slaughtering.
ah,
I'd say that's quite dickish of you.
well, we all do what we got to do to get by.
Yep. I punch him in the face.
Alrighty, roll for initiative.
Woo!
Does Scarborough get a free unarmed attack at least?
Yeah, she gets initiative.
I'll just roll for initiative. Hang on.
Where's my button? I've forgotten everything. Whoop.
Like, I'm not. I should point out, I'm not necessarily trying to start a fight.
Well, it's more just like
A
Is he
friendly
having,
punch
like-
to the face.
in a standoff, so it's
If
sort of more like, is he going to be able to react in time to your punch to maybe do
this is
something
weird,
for you?
my character sheet doesn't seem to be.
It's on the first page.
Yeah, it doesn't
core.
seem to be responding. Like, I've got my character sheet up and I'm clicking on core and it's not doing anything.
Oh. So it's not even switching to that tab.
No.
Close it and reopen it. Probably. I wonder if I can access it.
I'm trying now. Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Oh,
for me
wow,
here on
yeah.
Yours.
Oh.
Yep.
Nope, it's working for... Oh, wait, no, it's not. It is broken. Wow. Why?
It's working fine for me.
Can you switch to the core tab? Because I can't.
Yeah.
Yep, you... why is it...
Classic Blaze mess around.
No,
Right.
not this time. No
Switch.
hackery.
No,
No
I mean
hacking this
you
time.
can. I mean you can at least. So you guys clearly have to trade characters. So from now on, Ruben is, sorry.
Yeah.
From now on, Blaze is now
what?
playing.
Just push the buttons for Quinn.
Is all the
Blaze is
character,
now playing Scarborough.
Like,
and
I'm
Quinn is now
on-
playing, Woo.
it says it's... I don't know. Can I press the button?
I don't know.
Oh god, I don't know where everything is in this sheet.
Core
Got a lot of
tab.
technical problems.
Scroll down to initiative and speeds. In it.
Quit. Core. Oh, it's not letting me get to core.
It's already on the core tab.
It's on
You close it
classes
and
and
close it and reopen it. See, if I click it, I wonder if... Yep, I can roll it for you. And you've already rolled it for
Have you
yourself.
tried exiting and re-entering Roll20? Yeah, and you have.
It's got nothing to do that with that.
Yeah, I'll
It's,
try that.
well, I can't access it either. Well, I can push the buttons, but it's the tabs. I can't select, and neither can Quinn. Can't select the tabs. Can't click core, classes, abilities, defenses, attacks, skills, etc. That's really strange. I can do that on both of my characters. It's really, really weird. maybe if you click the recalculate sheet button. I don't know what that does.
This is unfortunate.
It looks like you can just...
Oh, it seems to be working now. It seems to be working now.
Really?
We did it.
Oh, well, that might be because I clicked a bunch of stuff. But anyway, the point is, it looks like you can basically get around it by clicking the tab you want, then closing it, then reopening it, and then it'll be the tab that you want to see.
Yeah.
At the very least.
But it looks like I can. It looks like I can change things now.
You can change tabs and everything.
Mhm.
Bizarre.
We
I still
win.
can't. Oh well, doesn't matter. It works.
We'll punch people.
Alright, so because this is sort of like between Isaiah and Scarborough, I think this round, I'll just count them both in the initiative. And, so yeah, so just roll to hit.
Okay.
He's kind of like, he's standing there ready. But, yeah.
So, unarmed is just flat.
Strength.
Do I get any?
He gets strength and bad to hit. It's just that if they're armed, they get an attack of opportunity against you. Unless you have the feet. He just kind of like leans his head back and he's like swinging in front of him. And you know, he looks kind of like a little
That was
offended.
embarrassing.
Like, don't you guys have bigger fish to fry?
We're actually very petty.
Yeah. We are extremely petty, but you're probably right.
Look,
No,
guys,
no,
I'm just
let's
gonna,
kill him.
I'm gonna grapple him and put him in an armbar, and
Yeah.
then make him, you know, change the orders or whatever. So
I don't think he's
But
got
he
the
just
authority
did-
to. I think we should
he's-
kill him for
I don't
revenge.
think he's got the authority to.
I
I think
he has.
I
doesn't
think
he
we
maybe
should
not have
grab him.
ideas?
I think we should grab him, tie him up, go and deal with the colony, and then come back and exact revenge.
You could also give him to the colony and see what happens. Let them sort it out, you know.
I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like they
going
probably
on.
wouldn't do anything to him, seeing as he found them a new home.
Fair enough, I guess. And like, does he not maybe have any information that we might need? Like, can we not?
Well, he's proved to us that we have we are unable to tell whether or not he's lying, because we all tried to sense motive, and
Well, it would depend on how
all
good
thought
like
he was
his
telling the
bluff
truth.
check was. So like when you're rolling sense motive against like someone who's lying, I've rolled like a bluff check in secret, and so it's more just you rolled a pretty good bluff.
I mean, I would roll sense motive, but my sense motive is not even gonna. Probably not even worth it. But yeah, I guess that's true. But like, I don't know. You could also torture him a little, you know. Cut off some fingers. I don't know.
Yes,
You're gonna
but
kill
we
him
can
anyway.
do that. But we can do that after we've dealt with the colony.
Why would we do
Sure,
that?
sure. I mean,
He
Fuego has
said
no
they were
strong.
twin.
Fuego has no strong feelings either way about dealing with.
Well, he said they were 20 minutes out, so I think we should grab him, tie him up, and then leave him for later.
Why don't we just kill him?
Because that would be too quick.
It's efficient. He's the enemy. He's
All right,
no
so we've got
different
one
from
for-
those guards.
So one for tying, one for killing. Woo, opinion. Blaze. Blaze
I'm
dead.
sorry. My wife pulled me away.
Alright.
Action.
Repeat the last
wow.
30 seconds.
Sure.
Sorry.
Sure.
The last 30 seconds. What am I
Oh.
being required to do?
We're-
So
we're-
we're trying to figure out what to do with this guy. We've got one vote for tying him up and dealing with him later. Maybe. I'm
What Ox is
indifferent
trying to
to
say,
another.
but is cutting out constantly, is that we've
fuck,
got
am I cutting out?
yeah,
Oh, no.
we've
Yeah.
got one vote for killing him, one vote for tying him up and dealing with him later.
So,
All right, we pushed talking again. Yeah, that's what I was
so
gonna say.
sure. Okay, so out of character, we absolutely have to kill this guy because he's gonna turn up like a bad penny.
That's the point.
Um,
And there's nothing we
uh,
can gain
but-
from him.
But in character, Wu is never really a proponent of just murdering somebody, so he's probably gonna side with Scarborough on this one.
Alright, well Shadow says we kill. I'm just gonna attack him. That's 2 against 2.
Yeah, sure, go for it, dude.
Oh, I'm not necessarily saying that we don't kill him. I'm just saying that we don't kill him right now.
There's no
Because-
point in tying him up.
To be fair, I have higher initiative than you, Jordan, so I think I get to swing at him first. Actually, Wu gets the first swing because he rolled like a 20.
Yep.
It's true. But he doesn't have
But
to.
Wu
if he doesn't
doesn't.
want to.
He doesn't want to take a swing. But
Yeah,
will
I don't-
he?
I don't
Would
think-
you interfere? Would you stop us from killing him? If,
No, certainly not. I trust Drauska's bloodthirsty judgment in a begrudging show of respect for his loose cannon ways. So I would back you up, but I do not believe I would act in this turn. So I think it would actually go to Ox.
Yes, Fuego.
All right, yeah, sure. Fuego will take a hack at the little bald man.
Okay.
He's got to take his lumps.
I'm not even gonna rage for this one. It's probably a mistake.
I'm not angry, just disappointed.
I mean, Scarborough wasn't particularly, like, very strongly behind the idea of tying him up.
I think
so
everyone's probably just really cheesed off with this
probably
guy at the
just-
moment.
She'll probably join
Wow.
in next turn.
Unfortunate. All right, I take a wild swing. I'm not angry enough, clearly. My
Yeah,
heart's not in
double
this swing.
back, and stands up as you like raise your sword up. Like mildly surprised. Shadow.
Okay.
Zipper.
All right, Draska, is all yours.
How many attacks do I have? 2 still. Alright.
I think we used up all our competence fighting the sectarians.
Wow, there's a all attacks and macro buttons. What? All attacks macro button. Well, that's
Oh.
not the case.
Oh, then you can click clouds.
Well, it's
It
supposed to
does
do
look
claws
like that.
twice anyway. I don't know. This.
Yeah,
Oh, I
just click it
see. It just gives me a list of those. All right. Well, 2 claws attacks. I guess. 1 more. Well, probably one of those does not hit.
Yeah, one of those just like rakes across his cheek, like cutting deep into his face. And he just yells out in pain.
Hooray!
And so he's just like, you know what? That wasn't nice, but you know, we'll call it even on that. I probably earned that.
And he's
And he just
taking
sort of,
1d6 bleed damage.
Yeah, he takes 1d6 bleed damage, so that's 5 plus.
Lovely.
That is an awful lot of damage for a little scratch on the cheek. Does he have haemophilia?
Well, it's like a really
It's a real
deep
gusher.
cut on his face. But he sort of like starts like just like mouthing words under his breath, and just sort of like disappears and reappears on a nearby hill, about like 300 feet away, and you just hear him. Well, not 300 feet, within earshot, like 100 feet away. His calls to you guys like, you know, I really didn't think you'd have the tenacity to kill an unarmed man, but clearly you guys are just that crazy.
You got that
Yes, clearly.
Well, I mean, kind of what happens when you're a mass murdering maniac. Those are the sort of people you tend to then meet. All right.
Well, I'm gonna be sleeping this off for weeks, and you guys have got some pretty sizable stuff coming your way. So I'll just leave you to it. All right.
Okay, we're going to find you and we're going to kill you. Have fun.
I mean, shall we just
Good
chase
luck,
him down
Dad.
now, or?
I don't think we have time.
Well, we have
it's
to-
not
it
time
turns
sensitive
up.
thing happening. So
We have to
It
answer.
turns up, and it's your turn in the initiative, Oscar. But he is 100 feet away.
We have to ask ourselves the question: do we care what happens to Luger?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Wu
I mean-
pretty much does. Like, Wu is plotting to run in and call for an evacuation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we could get all the people to evacuate. If we really hate the colony, we can break the dome and drown them all, which appeals to me. But, you know,
But
we
that
could
would
save the
leave-
people first as well.
Oh, that's true. If we evacuate the people, the colony comes into Luger. We break the colony. We break the dome, drown the colony, and then we rehome all of the people of Luger in the
In that-
Elven City.
Well, also there's that town we just went past, we came through, which is empty, freaking completely empty, because everyone died of
The
eye
village.
explosions.
There's more of a village than a town.
Well, it's
so,
something.
yeah.
There's a countryside ravaged by plague. There's plenty of houses available. If
I really
anything-
admire your gross nihilism.
If anything, we're rebalancing the housing market, because there's a
It's
whole bunch of
disruptive.
new homes that have opened up that are now free. Prices of houses are going to drop a lot. If we destroy a whole bunch of houses, we rebalance it.
The market corrects itself. We're the invisible hand.
It's true. But we do gotta. I mean, it makes economic sense, even you know, as well as moral sense, to evacuate all the people now, because they need to move into the houses. Who's feeling diplomatic? I am.
Let's do it. I'll run back into Luga and start putting out the call. Like, we're gonna, I guess.
Make some
Let
placards.
everybody
The
know.
end is nigh.
No, like, we have to mount a resistance to the hooded guys who are still in the city and posted up to keep everybody, I guess, in place. I don't know.
Do those people not want? They don't want anyone leaving, do they? They stopped us at the gates.
No, they don't
Alright.
want anyone leaving.
Well, yeah. All right. Well, we can tell people, you know, get a move on. These guys are going to kill you. I don't know
Death is
how
coming in a
exactly we
matter-
want to.
Yeah. Death is
Yeah.
coming in a matter of minutes. Grab your weapons and get your asses in gear.
Yeah.
Like Paul Revere style, running through the city, yelling at people.
Come with us if you want to live.
Yeah.
Where do we want
Trigger
to?
will run alongside, but he'll just be yelling incoherently. Like it's just rah rah.
Where do we want to be? Do we go like the taverns or something? Where do we want to propagate this information?
We'll have to run straight down like Main Street. We don't have even 20 minutes, so it'll have to be just a straight up sprint down Main Street. Just yelling
Yeah.
at everybody.
The end
Like,
is
that's all the time
coming.
that we have
The
to do it.
colony's going to kill you all. Rise up! Escape!
Yeah, so I guess that's
20
how we're gonna have
minutes
to play the movie.
TikTok.
Is that we're all gonna rush through main town as a group and tell everybody to take up arms.
What about the
Something to do.
sectarians that are sort of like still within the streets? Are you guys gonna aim to like fight them or like sort of try and avoid them?
I kind of want to try and dodge them until we get
Time is up.
to
Enough.
the end.
Enough. Like until we get enough.
At least a few
citizens.
blocks. Yeah, like we need to be able to alert at least a few hundred people to get the seed going.
So is it
For
just a
any kind of-
general get out of here, or
Take up your arms, resist everyone. Death is coming within the hour. Like, you need everybody take up your arms and then evacuate.
The colony is coming. The colony is coming. They don't need to know exactly what that is. It sounds ominous.
Could I
No
get
one
a-
knows what it means, but it's provocative.
Could I get a
It's true.
charisma check?
Okay.
Can I do like diplomacy or something?
It's just, it doesn't really seem like diplomacy to me. Like, it's more just like
Intimidate.
shouting.
It's very intimidating.
Well, not really. I don't know what the exact description for diplomacy is. I can look that up, but
Well, it's definitely intimidating. I'm trying to use these people's fear.
yeah, I guess you could also use intimidation.
Hey.
Are we doing this as a group? Oh yeah, I can intimidate it. Okay.
Yeah, I guess actually we are all yelling, so I suppose we should all.
Yeah, sure, I'll join in.
So you guys are just gonna like
Just flailing our arms around.
motivate
Beware, beware.
through fear and desperation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Like, just everybody take up every pitchfork you have, every torch, and
I mean, I
get
don't
ready
exactly
to
have very good charisma, but
just get ready to raise as much hell as you can,
Yeah,
because
I guess the thing is because we're not like super good guys, we don't have to worry that much about people like not listening and just dying because it's like we tried. It's like
Yeah.
we're just gonna try and get them going, and if they don't listen, well, it's their
I
problem.
mean, you guys
The
are
gods
like,
love a
you know,
trier.
kind of getting a reputation amongst the city. If anything, for like standing up to the sectarians and like capturing the marquis. Even if you did also foil the coup against him.
we have to be role models for the children, because we're basically D&D Shaquille O'Neal.
Sure.
And you can feel like a stir running through the crowd as you guys are sort of like rushing through the city, trying to spread the word. Like, just this feeling of like just this sense of dread that's been like boiling in the city for a while with the advent of these sectarians sort of like coming to a head. With you guys are running through, like basically spelling out the end for the city. If everyone were to just lie passive, and you can sort of start to hear like the people rushing around and like the shouting and like sounds of conflict as people like fall upon the sectarians in the streets, as your message starts to like spread and take hold. But I mean, running back to the city and through it has been sort of, I mean, it's been taking quite a fair while. And you can sort of see towards the west gate something, a kind of a commotion with people like running and screaming. Away from you can see like the
Hello, Kian.
shapes of several black figures in the distance.
Oh, good God! What do they look like?
So I mean, I guess you guys are gonna like head over there and get a glimpse at the colony. What you see is actually a procession of sectarians, two in front with the purple pikes from before, followed by a series of 12 unarmed ones, carrying among them 3 just ornate wooden litters. Those little boxes that like royalty would get carried around in. There's 3 of these like seemingly almost like giant chests. 4 of them, 4 sectarians to each, carrying through the gates and into the city.
Oh, that's like the biological weapon. That's how they're murdering everybody with the plague. We need to like run up there and just. I think that our battle plan should revolve around beating up the people carrying those. Excuse me.
I think that sounds like a good plan.
So running up, you can see like some citizens who have already gotten the same idea you guys have. like the two armed sectarians at the front are sort of like fending off the crowds with their lances. They're sort of like brandishing them at people and like firing them off at whoever gets too close as they're ever slowly moving into the city.
I'm going to get too close.
Alrighty, roll for initiative.
Yeah.
We all doing
Oh,
this.
come on.
We're all entering the fray.
Yeah, except now my initiative rolls don't work. Now I can change tabs, but none of the actual roll buttons work. Opposite problem.
Have you tried closing it, opening it?
Just doing that.
In it. In it.
Let's try and actually do
How
this.
mediocre.
Yay!
Oh no, I made too many. I was gonna top down.
Wow, mimics.
No, they're chests. These look like just ornate
Chests
wooden
disguised
boxes
as mimics.
embedded with precious gems and like engravings. Each of them is about like 2 meters by 2 meters by 2 meters. Carried on these two sticks running along them with like two sectarians on either end. Move everyone down here.
I've got a horrible feeling we don't want to open any of those.
Did I say it? You guys are all finished, right?
If I cast spells today. Yep, fricking loads. Brilliant. That was a mistake.
Where's Gucci?
You there, Wibben?
Hello?
Yes. Sorry, I was trying
Ah,
to do
that's fine.
Fuck. So now, like, within the gates, just leading this procession down through the city streets. I need just... Alright, so basically all the cultists but the two at the front. The sectarians, sorry. The ones carrying the litters are unarmed. Alright, so Fuego, you have initiative. You guys can just like.
Oh, sorry, I'm not.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot about. Yeah, I forgot about push to talk. I was talking to.
Alright.
Sorry. So is this where we're? Is this where we're standing, or is this?
No, you guys can just like place yourselves better in this. I mean, you have time to like get into
Alright.
position.
This is not going to be an easy fight, I can tell.
Yeah, I think the number of guys is kind of tipping up. I guess. So I guess 4 of them. So 4 carrying each litter, right? So that's most of them are unarmed. Most of these guys are unarmed. There's
This is
2 in the
two
front
on
are
one in
armed.
the front.
All right, sure. So let's say I'm standing like here. Sure. Why not?
Go on.
Time to rage. I think.
Did you?
I'm gonna stand far enough away that I can charge him and rage. So like.
Did you put me on the turn order?
No.
Wait, who am I missing?
Scarabella.
Scarborough.
Yeah, sorry, I just said Scarborough for short.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so I
Oh,
will
who's got-
charge, which gives me a +2 to hit, right? Am I saying that right, or is it +1? I keep forgetting.
Keen's back.
Wow. He's drinking.
He's hydrating. That's a roll, I guess.
That's a
happening?
roll.
Oh wait, shit! I forgot to rage. Hang on. I need to rage.
Oops, sorry, I forgot to get angry. Can I try that again, please?
Hang on, I'm just trying to find where I
add
How much
whatever
bonus
the.
to-
where did I roach. Where did I
How much to
write down
hit
rage?
does rage give you?
I guess we +2 to strength. Oh, sorry, +4. So +2 to the modifier.
That one hit still.
Sad.
Here's on forward. And poof.
Trying to find my rage. Where did I put my rages?
Scarborough, it is your turn.
It is my
Where are
turn.
my
I'm
rages?
trying to find something. I'm just trying to find. Mm. Okay, I'm just gonna shoot them. Shoot the one on the right. So that's. I don't think I have any grit left, so I can't use. I don't think I have any grit left, and I don't want to check because that'll take too long. So I'm just gonna shoot. Oh, that misses.
Yep. Guys are not rolling good.
Wow.
Perhaps I can break that streak.
You got this.
Okay, so let's see. Going to run up to here, and then I'm going to lay down one of my burning hands spells.
Mm-hmm.
That is a cone. That is a 15-foot cone.
Oh yeah, give me that AOE. Give me that sweet, sweet AOE.
And it's going to be like so.
Okay.
So I think that should get all 4 of these dinguses.
What's
And then,
Four damage and they're on fire.
And then it does very small amounts of damage, but the important part is that it causes them to lose actions, and that really helps a lot in terms of the crowd control for these big fights. So that's how I spend my turn.
what sort of state is the city in at this point? What are people up to? What are they doing? What's going on?
Well, there's like people around the sidelines of the procession, so like yelling and throwing stones and stuff. There were a couple that would like try to like rush up and get close, but as the citizens in the front sort of were firing off their pikes at them, everyone else was less keen. I mean, you can see a couple of corpses in the streets, just like tracing the path back from where they entered the city.
Is everyone basically piling out of the East Gate now, though?
As far as you can tell, yeah, people are sort of like on the move.
Right.
Sort of trying to leave.
But you said that some people are chipping in. Does that mean we're going to get occasional help on the dudes?
It's Kian. I'll just give Kian a quick primer. So,
Boy, oh boy.
they left the city and met Isaiah again. He kind of said he was the bald man. He was like, yeah, he kind of lied to you guys. Colony is about 20 minutes out. and they tried to kill him, and he escaped. And then they went back to Luga to sort of muster everyone to like run. But now these guys carrying a procession of like ornate boxes have entered the city. That's all like cutting a sway through the crowds towards the center.
I can't wait to see what kind of monstrosity is inside these boxes.
The colony, like colonist people, are carrying boxes.
No,
The
these
Oh, sorry.
sectarians.
Sectarians.
It's a procession of people.
A parade, did you say?
Most of them are unarmed, except for these two people at the front. So God knows what is going to be in these boxes.
Things we don't want to touch.
Do I know anything about the boxes? Can I see any inscriptions on them and stuff? Oh yeah, we were in combat.
Have you got a knowledge local?
Yes. I have them all. Don't even worry.
All that
knowledge
local
checks
knowledge.
Boom, and I'm gonna roll that for the 18.
Okay, so these sort of like the kind of like what's the word? Like design on the boxes is not really indigenous to this part of the continent and is likely from the western end of the mountains. And it's sort of like a very closely tied with like the occult. We very like yeah, reminiscent of sort of like a strange sort of evolution of like generic occult markings of the eastern side of the mountains that have sort of likely been adopted and then sort of changed over time by the people who went off to the west to colonize it there. Yes, and it is Wu's turn. Oh, he's just used burning hair. It is Drowska's turn.
Man.
This guy shouldn't be here.
What spells do I have? I always forget what spells I have. Nothing violent.
To a quick question. Did you happen to put mage armor on me, or is this a leftover from
That's a
turn?
leftover from the last fight, so you don't have that anymore. So my shadow still goes well. Turn it off. What a shame. Because I can only cast that once now, and that's going to be bad.
Yeah, and as you cast Burning Hands, Wu, the two sectarians carrying the wither at the front sort of like dropped it as they sort of like are riding around trying to put out the fire. It just sort of like clattered to the ground.
Nice.
Alright, I guess I'm light crossbowing it. Oh, all those dudes got burnt, didn't they? Let's get... how far does a crossbow go? Can I shoot any of those dudes? I think I can, so double check that. I didn't write anything down. Well, assuming it makes no difference, I'll be going for that dude at the back right. But I'll just check and make sure that I can.
If you kill one of them, he'll then maybe drop the box. That would be good.
Well, the two at the front have already dropped the box.
Oh, yeah, right, of course you have. Yeah, good point. The parade is stumbling to a halt.
Boy, oh boy. Yeah. Assuming you're willing to just go with it, then I'm shooting that guy.
Yep. That hits. He sort of like trips up as he's rolling up, right, sort of turning around, trying to put out these flames. And then a crossbow bolt hits him in the side, and he sort of trips up and falls on the ground. writhing in pain. He like tears his mask off as it catches fire, and you can see the same sort of like skin covering the eyes of the assassin, like same as the assassin who attacked him in the tavern.
Okay, light crossbow is
Delicious.
80 feet, so that's perfectly fine.
Shadow.
Wah,
Oh, also, Keen, do you want to roll initiative? I'll just slot you in.
Sure.
Challenge.
If you want to, you can just roll knowledge. Roll knowledge repeatedly.
Knowledge,
That's-
effective.
Alright, so hopefully
yeah.
you're going to way to and you can just go next.
Can I use my knowledge to give my boys advantage?
To give you what advantage?
To give my boys advantage.
The crew, us, his teams. His
The
teammates.
doodles. The doodles, man.
The
What-
fucking doodles.
What kind of advantage?
I don't know, and then like a +2 advantage if I get a decent roll.
A sense of superiority.
Yeah.
Kian's
Are we
the worst
fine with
role
that?
player.
With it, like, I mean, at the moment you guys are just kind of fighting dudes, and so it's not like
Doodles.
can't really think of any applicable knowledge that would help in fighting generic cultists.
Go for the eyes.
What if
Yeah,
I sense motive? A sense motive.
Your Shadow Springs
What
full,
they're gonna
but
do.
misses.
Cool.
So yeah, the sectarians that caught fire. They are, just trying to put out the flames. They're not doing anything this turn. The litter at the front of the procession that fell to the ground. You can sort of see the lid, sort of like there's like a lid on the top that's sort of half just opened a crack. As it like the two sectarians carried in the front dropped it as they caught fire.
Oh dear.
Do our eyeballs explode?
No,
What crawls out of that fucking box?
but all of a sudden it starts like lurching and tipping around.
There we go. There we go. That's the stuff.
As if there's something inside it, and then sort of like falls off the frame of the litter and clatters to the ground, spilling out a bunch of
Candy!
kind of like sort of like a light pinkish chunks.
Candy.
On the ground.
Can I identify what it is?
Yes.
What kind of check do you want?
A knowledge. Knowledge nature.
And knowledge. Well, I can do that. Plus.
Wait, isn't your
Four.
knowledge bonus like the same on?
It's the same
Because you got all knowledge. Like, does it matter which one you're rolling?
Not really.
Yeah.
Unless I have a specific thing that increases it in that one, but
All right. So these look like cuts of meat almost. With one exception, well, with a couple of like interesting notes. They are like so cleanly cut off that the tendons are still sort of like intact. As if they're
Oh
just,
god.
cleanly removed from the bone. And also like the physiology of all these muscles. They seem to be just like a massive arrangement of the kind of muscles you find in your average person.
So it's barbecue meat, and they're going to a barbecue. Is that what we're doing
Yeah.
there?
Well, yeah, it's just all these different like discrete
Human.
muscle groups
Human cubes.
from humans.
Mm.
You can see a couple of biceps, like a bunch of hamstrings, just in this pile that is tipped out of the box. And as this one opens, the cultists, the sectarians, in front of the other litters, sort of like turn towards their caskets and start removing the lids. Fuego.
All right. Another fucking hit at this guy in front of me. Just straight up.
Oh, sorry, you moved it.
Chili, grant me strength. Oh, fuck it. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, guys. I'm off my game.
You may as well also like edge around him a little bit, try and get into flanking position.
I mean, then I'll get flanked, the thing. So I'm not down with that.
Well, if you just move to the left, then we are at least covering a wider area for them to get through. They won't be able to get behind us very easily.
Yeah, that's right. I'll stand here, and then I'll try and take a swing and miss because I'm a scrub. I get +8 to my attack, and I still missed. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Scarborough.
I suck.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm not sure. None of these. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm just gonna shoot again. I'm gonna reload as my move action. And then shoot. Shoot the thing. Although apparently I do have a feat. I forgot that. I mean, I get +1 to bonus to attack and damage rolls at ranges of up to 30 feet. So shoot the thing. Wow. We really did
your
lose.
guys' day.
See.
What's everyone doing? What's happening?
I'm trying to crowd control, and
Close.
Poirat's trying to knowledge his way out of this. So I feel,
I gotta go at some point.
yeah,
It's fine. I got my bad rolls out of the way. It's all
yeah.
good.
All right,
We got it
all
now.
right, yeah.
Now we've got it.
Woo.
Woo, woo. Okay. So I'm gonna take a 5-foot step.
Yep.
And that is going to set Shadow up for that flank. But although Shadow, of course, will also be flanked. I mean, whatever. I don't care. The point is, I'm taking 5-foot step, and then I'm going to. Woobin, let me know if this actually like would have combat utility. The ghost sound we agreed was sufficiently loud that it is just shy of an explosion. These guys obviously use their hearing. If I were to center one, and I'm about to ping right here with these 4 guys, would that be enough to just really mess up their freaking day? Would that give them would that give them some kind of combat disadvantage, some kind of status equivalent, perhaps?
Yeah.
Okay. Then that is how I will spend my time. I will do that 5-foot step. That is a move action, and then I will do the spell Ghost Sound.
If all
What's
there
that
is,
sound gonna be?
I think honestly, when you're at the point of a sound that is just shy of an explosion, the only sound, like it would clip the human ear so much that you would just get noise. Like you would
child.
It's
literally,
someone yelling "boo."
it wouldn't be
a child
processable.
screaming.
Yeah, like it would not be processable by the human ear. Like that would be enough to like cause the membrane itself to puncture.
Right.
And so I don't think it would make a noise that you could classify. It would just be like the loudest thing possible.
Yeah. So you guys hear just sort of like this deafening rumbling and like all the rattles, all the windows on the buildings lighting the street rattle in their frames. As those 4 cultists in the middle of the procession just sort of like fall to their knees, clutching at their ears. Of course, the 2 in the second litter. 2 at the front of the second litter in the line are currently like holding a lid up, and as they drop it, the weight of it, I mean the 2 at the back sort of like can't hold the weight of it, and it slides out of their grip and cracks onto the ground, as the 2 at the front just sort of are writhing around in pain, clutching at their ears. Drauska. So yeah, and inside the second letter, you can hear like a rattling sound.
Inside what? The chest?
The second letter, yes, the chest on the second letter.
Okay. Cool. Fine. Fire another arrow, I guess. Never mind.
Are we about to fight flesh golems?
Mm.
That's the best sound.
So that was Drowski's turn.
I think
That's
that sounds
going-
like a. I
that-
think
that
that's the sound of flesh golems.
Yarosky misses.
That sound is going on my Ruben soundboard.
Shadow's turn.
Wow. Shadow is not going to move himself into a flanking position, but he's going to attack the guy that he would otherwise be attacking. This guy.
Go,
Wait,
go,
Shadow-
gadget, Shadow.
Wait, Shadow's an Eidolon, right?
Yeah.
Wait, is
Yes.
Shadow an Eidolon?
He is.
Yes.
Okay. See, you're describing it like a wuss, because it should step into that flanking position.
Well, it doesn't, because it's also
sorry.
not that thick.
Yeah, that's true. It's not much of a tank. That's true.
It's not that thick because it's a shadow, so it doesn't have depth.
Got him.
I guess the second one hits.
Yep. Is that the guy on
Comic
the
genius.
right?
We hit something, Jordan.
Yay!
Well, you hit something. I still have to do something, but you know.
As soon as you do, it'll die.
You just hear the flecks of blood spattering to the ground as you just open up an artery in his side. So, yeah, the lead clattered to the ground a second later. And the sectarians handling the third one sort of gently have taken the lid off and placed it on the ground. And then the clattering in the second box suddenly sort of like it just gets louder and louder, and like with higher frequency these clicks and clacks, and at the sound of this the two sectarians in the front sort of just, I mean, they just like, as if you guys had just vanished, they just like drop their weapons and turn around and start to kneel before the litters. Same with the unarmed ones at either side of the procession. They're just kneeling with their hands like fingers interlinked with palms on the back of their head, almost as if they were like cowering from like missile fire. Just kneeling on the ground. As you can see from the second letter, a bony hand sort of like come out from like the inside the chest, followed by another, and then another, as this skeletal humanoid centipede sort of uncurls itself from inside and comes out the side of the chest and sort of settles along the ground.
Well, that's put me off my dinner.
Were you planning on eating a skeleton for dinner?
No comment.
Enough.
I don't know what.
Can you find the skeletal human centipede token, Wubin?
Don't know if I can.
I'm
This-
googling that
this-
and I'm finding terrible things.
Hang on,
Just
what is this thing that we found?
It's
It's a
looks like a
skeletal-
skeleton, like human skeleton arranged in sort of like
Stop everything, I've got it.
Okay.
just use the the
oh.
bug emoji. Just use the bug emoji.
a bug orange.
That's pretty
Oh
great.
yeah, so just made up of.
Oh gosh, how do I get rid of this?
It its legs are just like human arm bones, joined together by some unseen force. And it sort of like uncurls itself, and then sort of like alights upon the ground, facing away from you, and starts making its way towards the back chest in the litter. And you can sort of see as it comes out, all the different like muscles lying on the ground start sort of like twitching and shivering, and sort of like slowly sliding towards the skeleton.
Let's just bear in mind, people, that our initial plan was to get the people out and then fill the town with water. Not necessarily to fight the whole colony. Is it implied that there's lots more dudes outside? This isn't everyone, surely.
Not that you've seen. You haven't seen anyone else outside.
Alright, fine.
I think that this is like the cleaner outer thing. Like they just are they're trying to unleash presently the thing that like prepares and like I guess so it sanitizes the living space. So I expect that we gotta kill this spirit of death in order to save Luga, which is why I'm gonna wrestle it when it's my turn.
Perfect.
Okay. I'm not sure how useful my guns will be here.
So we've got these two armed guys at the front, a bunch of unarmed guys, and a skeleton tipede.
Yeah, the two armed guys at the front also like drop their weapons and are like turn and like kneeling in prostration at the skeleton tipede.
Hail Skelepede.
And you sort of hear them like wisp chanting under their breath, like a murmur passing through the whole group.
Okay, do we fight or do we run?
Oh,
you
gosh.
Fight, right?
I'm gonna wrestle it.
All right, if you're going, I'll go. I can't stay back. Sorry, whose turn is it? Is it my turn?
I
This is
am.
Boygo's turn.
My turn. All right. So everyone's prostrated, right? All the guys.
Yep.
Although I'm assuming that once I start hitting Skeletorpede, they won't take kindly to that.
We could back off a little bit. We could grab those front two dudes' weapons, back off a little bit, let it waste its movement coming to us, then we attack it.
Yeah, sure.
So, wait,
yeah,
hang on. That is a great idea. However, my understanding of what is happening with this beast, and Wooby, I would like for you to correct me if I'm misinterpreting the information that I've received. My guess is that there are portions of this beast in all three of the litters. My understanding is that it has congealed from the first two litters and is heading toward the third, which is why I would want to intercept it.
Came out of the second, and all the like muscles that spilled out from the first litter are sort of like slowly slithering over, but they're still like on the ground.
Right, so,
Yeah, right, fair play.
Right. So you're suggesting that we run up and chop up the meat before it gets to them?
Or just the skelepede while it's still incomplete.
Yeah, while it's still uncovered and.
Yeah, the meat is closer though. Like I don't think I can get to the thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna wrestle the bone.
I can't get.
If you want to smack them, if you want to grind the meat, if you want to.
Yeah, I'm down to grind the meat. I'll move.
Right.
I can actually move through because these guys are all prostrated, right? So I'm not triggering attacks of opportunity if I move past them.
Correct.
I'm assuming, or am I?
They're
Alright.
like seeing. It's as if you guys have just like disappeared.
All right. And what's the deal with moving through allies? Like if I stand here,
Moving through allies incurs no penalty.
Okay, so if I stand here, the flesh can still move around me by going, but then it'll provoke an attack of opportunity if I stand here. Like the meat will.
Yeah.
Have a problem. So I can overrun the meat because I've improved overrun. So I can. I don't know what its combat maneuver defense is, but I think
you're grinding the meat beneath your heel.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what I'm doing. Sorry,
He's
I have to
leaving
move
like
past me.
cleat marks.
Just tenderize it.
Okay, let me find the.
Roll to tenderize. I'm loving this.
Let me find the buttons here. I've got this too, so if I succeed in overrun, I do damage. I've also got improved overrun, so I don't trigger an attack of opportunity when I overrun. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll run up, and I'll overrun the meat, or attempt to overrun the meat. So I'm standing here, and I want to get to the other side. That's the deal.
How did the barbarian cross the meat?
Alright, roll
Oh, God.
CMD.
All right, and I get a +2 because I'm also in the because of improved overrun. And here we go. It's gonna be a terrible roll. Just saying.
I don't.
Oh my fucking god! What? All right.
I mean, it is just a pile of meat.
It
It
is
is
just a
un-
pile of meat.
That is not
It's
armored.
I just know swarm traits because they don't have like it's like a swarm of little fleshy things. They don't really have a CMD.
Oh,
I
good.
mean, it's
That
not
means it
defending-
works.
I'm assuming it doesn't defend itself because it's like scuttling over to the thing, maybe.
So like jiggling over.
So you're saying I succeeded something? Is that what you're saying? That's what I'm
That's
getting.
what it
here.
sounds like.
That's what it sounds like.
It's just because overrun, you're sort of just like crashing through them to try and like. So like kind of like a person, you'd be like barging through them or something. But I guess
Yeah, like
League is
overrun
sort of-
is used to knock it prone, right? And like as
Yeah.
meat, it's not going to go prone.
But
But
you
I
just scatter it
think
everywhere.
yeah, he should be able to like move through it. Is my take on it. He should be able to move
Alright.
through it and perhaps inflict that damage borne by the class ability. But I don't think it can be knocked prone. Is kind of the only.
Yeah, I mean it won't knock prone anyway. I can't do that. You can't knock prone with overrun unless you have like unless you hit really
Oh.
high. Unless you
Oh.
roll really high, that's like 5 higher than the CMD, then you cause proneness.
Oh, I thought that was like the whole point of overrun.
No,
That's why-
overrun is only moving through someone unless you roll a significant like 5 higher than CMD is what I remember.
Oh well, then that seems like that should be. It seems like he should be able to advance through a swarm of meat.
yeah.
Oh my god, I did something. I get +10 to this roll, and I rolled a 13. So you do the math.
Congrats.
There we go. All right, and I deal 5 damage to the meat because of my overrun, and that's my turn.
Alright.
I have
Yummy.
overrun the meat.
You have overrun the meat. You just sort of like run through it, going out of way to sort of like scuff your feet and like kick it as you pass over this gross jiggling patch of flesh. Scarborough.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do.
Oh, and also this means I'm flanking the meat. So that's what I mean. If someone came up to hit the meat would be flanked.
Oh, is it flank? Is it? I love flank steak.
Flank steak. Yes.
I mean, the
Episode
fact
title.
that you
Flanked
didn't,
steak.
the fact that you didn't come up with that yourself is shameful.
Hey, I'm not a native speaker. You can't expect.
Fair enough.
I actually honestly don't know what I'm going to do.
You should be able to move up through me and then take a shot at the meat.
or the Skeletor Pede, whichever one you feel like.
Yeah, except I can't reload. Reloading as a move action.
So I feel like the cultists went to IKEA to get their big monster. That's like what this feels like.
I think I'm just gonna take a 5-foot step forward and I'm gonna reload.
Can you not reload as an action if you want to move and not fire?
You can reload as a standard action, I suppose.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Unless you're planning on shooting one of those dudes in the front.
No, that's true. So I'm going to move to here then and reload.
Alrighty. Woo. It's up to you, Woo.
It's up to Woo. Okay.
The only person who's been rolling well. Come on.
I don't know if I've been rolling. I haven't been rolling well. I've just been doing things that you don't have to roll to do.
Come hit the stake with me, man. Come hit it.
No, I don't need to hit the stake. What I want to do is run up and use my grapple to wrench the skull right off the skeleton. And so that I'm going to move my 30 feet, and then that puts me within grappling range of the skeleton guy. And I'm going to just haul ass and jump on top of that big pile of bones and just wrench parts off of it with my body.
Alrighty.
Type.
Yeah.
Alright, what? So you're aiming for the skull?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it in a headlock, and then what I want to do is like roll up on it, get it in a headlock in like the classic with the neck in the crook of my arm, and then because it's a centipede, because there's so many sets of shoulders that I can stand on, I want to pull my legs up and kind of like scrunch up and then stand up straight on top of one of the pairs of shoulders, and then in doing so just pop the head right off. That's the goal eventually.
Alright, so you kind of just like grab the head and land on top of it, and it sort of just comes off in your hands, and like you get carried by your momentum straight down onto the ground.
Whoops.
Just holding this head.
Sweet, I just grabbed a skull.
It's sort of trying to like nip at you with its jawbone.
Make sure you
I
Can we
slap
keep it? Yeah.
I slap it and say, bad boy, stop that. Slap.
Make sure you feed it and take it for a walk, for walks or hops or however skulls move around.
The rest of the centipede, skelepede, is still moving though, like basically ignoring the fact that it took its head off. Drowska. Wait, hold on.
Let's
Porat hasn't had his turn. Porat.
Oh boy.
Hey.
What did he roll for initiative?
He rolled pretty high. Like he would have
13.
been above Voida.
So
13's not that high.
You don't know 13.
are we still fighting, guys? Which
You're
guys are we
all
fighting?
So
We're fighting meat and bones.
all the sectarians are sort of just like kneeling on the ground prostration.
see.
The great big
So
skeletal human centipede has emerged from the second litter.
human centipede.
There's a bunch of fleshy. It's pretty much just like one long, sort of like patchwork spine made up of various human vertebrae.
Tell me what that
with
is.
the odd rib
What-
and like
how
shoulder
did this man-
blades.
Did this man just did this? What is it?
It's a
Knowledge.
skelepede.
You
Knowledge,
can't have a
go.
second litter.
Knowledge.
So as far as you can gather, this is some kind of crazy necromantic aberration.
Just to let you guys know, I added a little skull icon to my avatar. That's to reflect the fact that I'm holding the skull.
Can I even reach? How far can a light
Yeah.
crossbow shoot?
It'll shoot 25 feet. You can shoot off a bolt if you want.
Yeah. I'm gonna show off my new thing. I have the cuff on my suit and my shirt is it's like ripped now. It's like bigger, and it's a bigger version of my hand crossbow pops out. And then
A
load of
medium crossbow.
a light crossbow. And I go pachang,
Shoot to
and I
kill.
try and hit one of the vertebrae to like
Did
sever
we
it.
lose Takuna?
Hmm?
Isn't it you? Isn't it your turn?
No, because
Charles had read for the
Kian's been
Porat's
put back in
turn.
the
Oh,
doodah.
oops.
Yeah, I want to try and sever the vertebrae with a bolt.
Ian, get your shit together.
What? Can you? Yeah.
What?
Am I? Can I shoot it?
We're not getting any. Yes, you can. Sorry.
Can I shoot it to sever the vertebrae?
Yes.
Cool. Gonna aim her up. Wow. Do I crit? Does crit on 19?
A
Not
crossbow?
that
I believe it does.
fancy crossbow.
What kind of crossbow are you using?
Same one as you.
Light crossbow, yeah, it does.
Okay, do I roll with my modifier? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Confirm.
You just want to get a hit.
Wait, you upgraded to a light crossbow?
Yeah.
What a man. What a lad.
I don't. How much damage does this do?
1d. Oh well, you've got the little version, so it's.
No, it's same as you.
No, it's not because you're a small creature. Or are you? You are a small creature, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. No, sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry, yeah.
And then it's 1d6.
Cool.
Still better than 1d3.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
But
Well,
you
you're
crit,
both-
right? So, did you roll to confirm the
He
crit?
did
actually?
not.
Oh,
He
yeah,
did,
yeah.
but he didn't.
Yeah, I see, I see.
So
I
your
see.
bolt hits dead on one of these vertebrae. And it's like shooting at like a pool cue, just like a one billiard ball hitting into another. The arrow just sort of like bounces this vertebrae out of the spine and then like clattering down the street. But the sort of lower half of the skeleton where it was separated just sort of like lurches forward an inch and seemingly like clicks into place with its other half. Just one vertebrae less.
It's like those Mario enemies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like those cactuses which just drop down a bit.
Oh, I was thinking like the dry bones.
No, like the big cactuses where you like, whenever you knock out a bit of their body, they just drop down one level, but they're still
Oh.
fully functional because they're modular.
Is that the juggler?
Draska's turn for reals this time.
Boy, oh
Yeah.
boy. Well, he's going to do a little bit of a runsy up here. And, I don't know. What's your AC, boys? My melee boys?
My AC at the moment is 14, I believe. Yeah,
Oh,
14.
what about Woo's?
Mine is 15.
Alright, well...
Don't forget, I do have 42 health, so, take that into consideration.
I do have 21 health.
So that's the thing.
Frege also does more damage. I don't know who to give this to. I have one spell left today.
And I have damage reduction as well.
Because we
so-
never sleep. Okay, well in that case, I'll
Give
whack
it to
on
Wu.
Yeah.
Also, Wu has been rolling better than me. That's obviously, and that's obviously a criterion. So
Oops.
I just went through my rolls. I haven't rolled above a 7 in any roll other than initiative so far. So that's the thing.
So we whack that on Woo.
Okay, my effective AC is now 19.
Untouchable.
That means that one of us is actually better than these mooks.
I mean, I doubt these mooks have 42 health, to be honest. So
That's true. Alright, okay.
Hey, Shadow.
Meow.
yeah, get that flanking, boy. That flank stick.
Hey. I never remember how to... Oh. Enhance... Oh, wait, no, that's not how that works. There really should...
Sorry, 1 second.
That gives me time to figure out how you throw in... This is really dumb.
I just put attack bonuses in the miscellaneous tab of the attack when I need an attack bonus.
It's really dumb that you can't put in temporary bonuses on your attacks.
You can just put it in the miscellaneous tab and just roll. It's pretty easy. You go to attacks, add it to melee, misc, and do the plus thing, and then roll, and then remove the plus afterwards.
Misk?
Miscellaneous.
Yeah, I
Misc,
don't have
it's at
that.
the top. Yeah, you do. At the top of attacks tab, there's melee, and it's a total BAB ability mod size misc, and you click it up there.
Ah, yes, that stuff. That makes sense. There we go. Then I can do my attack as normal. So it's +2 for flanking, is it?
I believe so. Yes.
Right. Well, that wouldn't have hit, but now it does, so that's nice. Well, actually no, because it's a meat pile, not a dude.
Do we hit the meat pile?
Hopefully. I wonder if meat can bleed. I suppose it
if
depends on
meat
how...
if meat can't bleed, what can?
I mean, it's not like it's got a pulse, but maybe if it's like really rare.
I mean, the heart's a muscle. So.
Oh, good point. Yeah, maybe, yeah, in there.
Alright, so Shadow is clawing the knee.
Yeah. Does meat bleed?
Kind of. It's just this is like it's like a swarm of meat, so it's actually like.
I think the more pertinent question here is: does meat suffer any negative effects from bleeding?
Less blood.
It's less moist, actually. Yeah, it becomes a drier when you cook it.
It's actually beneficial. You're like hanging the meat, when you want the blood to get out because it becomes bitter when you cook it.
I'm hanging it out to dry.
Yeah.
It's like in that latest episode of Game of Thrones where they're squeezing out the rabbit to get out all the tasty juices before they cook it.
See, I don't think you really bleed the meat because it's like you hit the meat enough to bleed it, and it's like those bits of meat are dead, but the other meat is fine.
This is the most delicious episode of Pathfinder.
Alright, fine. I do 6 units of damage to the pile of meats.
Okay, but this meat is like aged then. If it's like completely bloodless, it's been like well aged.
Well, it's just that it's the bits that I'm hitting are dead.
And when I cook it using my burning hands,
it's true.
It's gonna be real tasty.
Just right. And then I eat it, I get health points back.
Yeah, like
you're a barbarian, sure you can eat it already.
The worst part is that Wu is vegan.
That's racist.
What?
Classist. Just because he's a barbarian doesn't mean he can eat raw meat.
I mean,
so you're talking about the vegan thing.
Fuego does like the finer things in life, like chilies. He would probably want some hot sauce on his meat.
Or thrushes.
How would Wu cook the meat? Would it be like rare, or would it be like well done? What's?
Well, it's burning hands. It's probably not rare.
Well, if you like sear it, if you sear it real quick, it might still be like nice and red on the inside.
Well, I mean, I can only do 4 points of damage at max, so I'm thinking.
Of course, I don't know if maybe giant worm meat is supposed to be cooked all the way through. But
right, yeah, no, this is human meat. Bear that in mind.
Oh, I don't know how to cook long pig. You guys know long pig?
Yeah, I know long pig.
Yeah.
What's that from again? That's from something.
It's what. Yeah, it's what actual.
Yeah, no, but it's from. I thought it was from a book or something. Oh yeah, it's just an actual name for it, I guess.
It's a cultural actual name for it. Like it's the translation from a native language where cannibalism did on occasion occur. So wait, whose turn it is? Right. Okay, so we're not bleeding the meat.
Shadow hit the meat, but stop bleeding.
He hit his meat. Well, it's more like the meat that would bleed. It's like
he
already done.
beat the meat. I'm sorry.
It's not beaten yet.
Wow. Yeah. We gotta work
harder.
We gotta work harder to beat the meat.
Through the pile, and he catches a couple of muscles. And they sort of stop riding around. But it's a big pile of meat.
I'm just imagining objects bouncing around in the source engine kind of thing. I'm imagining this whole fight being animated in Gary's mod. There's giblets everywhere.
Skillipede is now bending over the open third litter with one hand. So this thing, I just so you can get a sense of how big this thing is. It's about 4 segments. Each one is sort of separated by 2 arms. and each one sort of like consists of a complete human spine attached with rib cage, and with like 2 legs at the very back. But all the other like in betweens are just arms.
They're all mouth bone to tailbone.
Yeah, well, like there's no skulls or pelvises.
Is it
spine.
bigger than that giant alligator on the Florida golf course?
Yeah, because it's like essentially 1 complete skeleton plus like 3 half skeletons.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's got to have pelvises, otherwise it's not really a skelepede so much as it's a skelesnake.
Well, it's got like shoulder bones.
Oh,
So the
right.
back
Oh, it's
segment
hands.
is
Oh, that's
2
grosser.
legs, and then the others are just hands all
point,
the way up
yeah.
to the other 3 segments. Anyway, so it's bending over this litter and starts like pulling out offal and organs and sort of like shoving it down into as many rib cages, which just sort of like hang there suspended with 1 arm, and then with the other arm, it sort of like reaches towards the sectarian closest to it, sort of traces out some symbols in the air, and just like grabs his head and pulls it clean off his body.
Oh,
sort of, like,
fuck's sake, he's
sticks
got
it-
to eat the fucking sectarians. Alright. Great.
Okay, alright.
sticks it
Alright.
on
We've
to
gotta kill
replace the
them and
skull
Move
that
them away.
we-
He's
Alright.
got so much meat all around him.
And yeah, and the meat is sort of just like slithering through your legs.
Do I not get an attack of opportunity from
Course you
the
do.
moving past?
Yep. You get an
Alright.
attack of opportunity
Alright,
on the
let's
meat.
see if I can roll above a 7 this
I
time.
mean, so
Here
do
we go.
I.
Yeah, I think I should get an attack of opportunity as well.
Good
for-
point. Perfect. Wow.
Alright, we in
Yeah,
business, boys.
We're getting down to it now.
There we go.
Alright.
I rolled a 14.
Yep,
We
yeah,
in
we all
business,
did.
man.
Very
Oh,
nice.
we in business. That meat ain't going anywhere.
God, we're like doing that grape stomping thing that you do for wine, but but with meat, we're just stomping on it and like getting it all up to our shins.
Alrighty.
This is fueling my rage so well.
I mean, he's got plenty of meat to like,
Yeah, but
This-
this is.
but
let us
it's
have
gonna
this
delay
small
it. It's gonna
victory.
delay it.
Let us have this small victory. If only we could somehow panic the cultists into moving away or something, but there's no way we can move all of them away. There's so many. He's gonna have like this. Like if he's 3 rib cages or 4, like he's got like
It's like 4
3
segments,
complete.
so
Yeah,
3
he's got 3 complete sets of redundant body parts and
Well, the,
2 extras.
so it's like, imagine a headless person, and instead of his head, it's just like 3 torsos with arms.
Yeah. So he can like, but if we go by torso count, there's like
4.
3 times as many torsos as he needs around, and then 2 more. So yeah.
I mean, I figure this is gonna be easy pickings because I got his head.
I mean, he just tore
That's
off the
gotta
new
help.
head. No, he took a different head. He just took the other cultist's head. He took out,
Crap,
took off this man's head.
Crapplejacks. You fucking.
Your head is now useless.
Oh
The
man,
head
I'm gonna
is
just.
still moving around the wood.
It's like the last fight in KOTOR where the guy's just running around the tanks and keeps healing himself. And you need
Man,
to kill
can I-
all the
okay.
tanks.
Can I like tear mine in half at the jaw and then chuck it at the ground, frustrated?
Yep. I mean, like the jaw pulls off from the bone, like it's essentially just held together by like a weak magical force because there's no actual muscles or skin. Yet.
This thing sucks. And then I chuck it at the ground, frustrated.
Poirac. It's your turn.
What do I do?
Do you got potions?
Can you reason the cultists away or something? I don't know. Or figure out this worm's weak spots if he's got like a
disguise myself
control.
as a worm.
Yeah, that could work.
Discover weak spot. That
I
sounds
think
like a
that would
good idea.
Like maybe this worm has some kind of control center or like a central part that we don't know about.
Yeah, I can do a free knowledge check. Why not?
Yeah, like a head.
Well, we've established the head isn't essential, so what is essential?
I know.
Can I look back on my knowledge of necromancy to know?
Yo, what?
Recall any stories and shit?
Knowledge arcane, sure.
I'm sure Borat knows fuck tons of stuff about necromancy for some
I know
creepy
fuck tons of
reason.
stuff about everything. 14.
You can just sense this thing, sort of. Like it's just on the tip of your tongue, but you can't quite reach it yet.
Right.
Fuego.
Can I have my turn?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Savage.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So I just couldn't remember whether these are like full turns. I mean, like it's on the tip of your tongue, so if you like, you're really like, I mean, you can like have another go at it.
Can I have another go at it? And like that would give me my turn.
Yep.
Cool. Boom, boom. Yes.
Oh, I love your giant brain. I love it.
So there's this like myth. I mean, not like a myth of like this thing actually having happened, but more of just like this knowledge of like what could, like just like what necromancy could be capable of.
Like hypothetically, if someone were to do this,
It's like hypothetically, I mean, this thing sort of like reminds you of this idea of like animating every organ in in the human body as like under a separate sort of like spirit almost, like imbuing each with like a separate will, so that like a full being could function almost like a hive mind. With many distinct entities. Almost like a colony of
Oh my god.
What was that?
So you're saying that this worm is a colony?
I mean, yeah, it does seem to be like this thing is like, it would start off as just like a single necromancer, maybe like sort of as wizards do, so like searching for some form of like eternal life, as a way of sort of just like replacing his body parts as his age. But then
So it's a
almost like a
lich.
ship of Theseus situation, so like gradually like becoming something other, as like he more and more just gets replaced by independent intelligences that he's crafted of separate body parts, that sort of after centuries has ended up as this freakish centipedal beast.
Well, that clears that up. We know what the colony is now, I guess.
Fuego.
Alright, so the meat is dead, yeah? That meat thing,
No,
we were
no.
eviscerated. The
is
meat
still
that
there.
ran past us? Damn it, alright.
I mean,
Fuck it,
they're
okay.
just like dead muscles, sort of like lying.
Yeah,
shriveled
okay.
up. But
Nice. Hang on. I'm assuming I can't get to a flanking. Is this
Well,
flanking? If I go like this, I guess that
Uh,
doesn't really work out
I think
you
it.
can't
because there's
like
like
going
cultists and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
through-
you,
maybe 18 possible.
they're all kind of like curled up on the floor, so
You'd be like, whoops.
How much can you walk again? Is it 30 feet? What's my
30.
That's standard, yeah.
Alright, but I can't really stand in the same square as one is the thing. So
you
That
could
would be a
get
bit
there.
awkward,
15
just-
and 15. Oh,
no,
I
because
don't
then I
know.
would provoke attacks of opportunity to walk past the worm. I don't want to walk through
Oh,
through the
good point.
worm's sphere of influence. So I guess I'll just stand in front of the worm and just like
Whack it.
realizing what's happening. I'm gonna like take a swing at its rib cages, like cracking, like trying to break bones with my sword, like as many as I can, in like many rib cages, so that it's gonna take a while for him to find some new ones or whatever. So attack. There we go. Is that a hit?
Surely.
Yep. Which segment of the body are you aiming for?
The third rib cage, I guess.
Nice
In the back or
specificity.
the
Nice
front?
and in the middle, like hard to replace. Like deep down, like
Because it's like 4 rib cages total.
yeah,
Like
yeah. So like the
first in
second from the
front.
bottom, the second from the bottom. Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, so you just like bite into the rib cage, like spilling out some of the organs that have been placed inside there. You just cleave through it with your greatsword.
So how low to the ground is this thing? Like low to the ground? Like
Yeah,
was
it's
that like
like-
a golf swing?
I mean, yeah, it's about like essentially human proportions, each of the bones. So it's
Just
about
like a
how much
horizontal
you'd be able
chop,
to raise
like a-
yourself off the ground by your arms. Yeah, just poof, chopped it. Scarborough, is Queen still here?
Yep. Almost asleep, but I'm still here.
We believe in you.
I'm still not exactly sure what I'm gonna do. Can I shoot through the shadow?
Yes. Allies don't block line of sight.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna go with another shot at the center skelipede.
Skelipede.
Skelipede sounds like a magic card.
Probably is.
Alright, yeah, it just sort of like passes in between the bones. Woo!
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 Of course, it's a Boros card.
Oh my god, it is actually a magic card, holy shit.
Alright, so extort is who's extort again? It's not Boros. I forget what it is. Whatever.
Oh man, you literally played a nerd card. That was really intense. I'm going to, in the case of like a large creature like this, I am not too sure how I can do flanking. Can I move just 5 feet? Can I take a 5 foot? And that qualifies flanking with Fuego?
Yeah.
I think basically
I mean,
you
whatever.
have to flank the square that you're trying to flank. So
Yeah, you have
if
to
you
do one.
if that would be
Also,
flanking
you can't
that
really
square.
be in the same, like, you're gonna take penalties being in the same square as the cultists, even if they are frustration.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that there was a cultist there. I was looking at the meat.
Well, one of them's
Which I
freaking
think-
dead. One of their heads got taken off. Which
Yeah,
one?
but that was this one. Hang on, and the one in the back, right? It was like this one. got
Oh,
his head
really?
taken
Okay,
off.
fine.
Okay, let's clean up the meat and that cultist, please, Mr. Wooby, and then I'll be less confused. And then I will go ahead and do a flurry of blows and just aim my first one for. I'm going to do a roundhouse kick on one rib cage, and then I'm going to do a second revolution and a jumping roundhouse kick on the rib cage above that. So we're just trying to blow straight through the middle of this critter.
So the middle 2 rivers.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's 2 hits. Like cracking of ribs.
So that's 3 rib cages down.
I mean, 3 rib cages damaged, not 3 rib cages down. I'm assuming. I'm assuming they all have separate health bars or whatever we're calling it. Should probably focus on rib cages, to be honest. Like focus on one.
I mean, they're vital parts in there.
Drowska.
Alright,
I think
so
if we all focus on the second to last ribcage, we can crush it. Even
So-
good.
these two dudes at the front, they've both joined in with the sort of like curling up on the ground and doing nothing, right?
Yep.
Has this guy succumbed to his wounds yet? Because I bleeded him ages ago.
Oh, yes, he would have passed out by now.
Brilliant, perfect. Okay, so Draska's just going to toddle on up here behind this fella and is going to coup de grace him through the back of the neck.
Alrighty. Yep, coup de grace isn't going to be a problem.
How does that even work though?
You roll double damage, just straight up.
Alright, so I don't need to roll attack, and I just roll my damage die,
Yeah.
right?
Just damage.
Alright,
Double weapon.
I don't have any mods on that because I've got rubbish strength. That's fine. Fine.
Yeah, automatic crit. And he's going to make a fortitude save or die.
Oh, it's actually... Oh, it's actually three times damage with a spear. 3d8. Wow. Alright, still not bad though.
Well, he's got to roll fortitude save. Yeah, he's dead.
Hooray!
Sticking through the back of the neck. And he just slumps down, sliding against the shaft.
Great.
Shadow.
If I had movement left over, can I just reposition myself a little bit, or do I have to do all my movement in one go?
You can attack and then move, but I don't think you can move, attack, and then use the rest of your movement.
Yeah, I verify that. There's like a feat that enables something like that. Like there's a monk spring attack that enables movement both before and after, but apart from that, it's not. You have to move. You have to move either before or after the
Alright, fine.
action, but not both.
Alright, okay, so Shadow is going to run up here. And whack the centipede. Is he flanking with Fuego at this point? Surely.
Sort of. No, not really.
Really?
Well, it's because
We're literally on opposite side of the thing.
yeah, but it's not really one thing. It's like multiple things.
It's
Oh,
one
so he
line,
like
though,
he
isn't
can
it?
he can like
Looking at-
distribute his attention so he can't be flanked or something. Is that what you're saying? Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I guess.
So you could flank him if you were like there and there. On the opposite side, you could flank him, but like lengthways like that, you can't really.
All right. So we have to do it across a segment, otherwise it's too far.
Is
away.
that like a
I
blanket
see, I
rule
see.
for all big creatures? Because otherwise that's...
No,
I think
it
that's-
isn't.
Okay, fine.
No, it's a special hive mind crab.
Yeah,
Eric.
Thing.
the thing is that this is not like in the scaled in the same way. They're usually 4 squares instead of 2. Like this is just 2 because that's how Wubin wants to do it, and so it's going to be whatever.
Well, let's rake this thing then. Keep it simple.
Yep,
Just aim for my
that's,
ribcage.
Ribcage
the
number 3,
uppermost.
please.
Alrighty.
Does the skelepede bleed?
Probably not. I wouldn't count on it.
Does the skella bleed?
Just bones and organs.
The organs have the blood in them.
The fluids.
It's true.
The fluids.
Certainly, I would argue it would be leaking bile.
Yeah, it's definitely like fluids are dripping.
It's sloshing all over the place. It's lovely.
Excellent. This takes me back to that time with those 2 pricks on the cliff, which Fuego will not remember.
That was before your time, Sonny.
Alrighty.
Rip.
So this thing, it's got its organs. As the bones have got its organs, but now it's just sort of like crouches down on its haunches a bit as all the different muscles sort of like slither up. They could separate. This pile separates into 4 like streams that all slither up along different segments of the body to sort of like form and attach themselves along the skeleton. And then from inside the 3rd box, this long fleshy sheet of skin billows out to like envelop the figure like some big horrific onesie. And just
I look at it and narrow my eyes like, I'm gonna wear you.
just settles in over the skelepede and like tightens around the limbs, and sort of rears back and like turns to you guys, and the head of the sectarian sort of like gurgles as it speaks, like, now we're all together, we may begin in earnest.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Poirot, it's your turn.
What do I want to do?
So the worm speaks. That's
That's
the
the
thing that's
name
happening.
of my
Intelligible.
that's the name of my alternative rock band.
Worm Speaks is also the name of countless rap skits.
So like, so what's he doing? So a knowledge
He's
thing
probably
I'm
gonna
doing?
he's gonna fuck our shit up starting next turn. I think that's what he's doing.
I don't want to get in the fights because I'm like not that effective. I mean, I can take a shot at him again, maybe. Would that be?
You could help me drag away the bodies.
Yeah, why don't I just do that?
I mean,
Because
Where are
he's-
you now?
Built, so I like he's finished building himself. So I don't know how much that is gonna do for now.
true, he might. Yeah, I don't know. He might repair himself otherwise, though. But whatever, we'll find that out once he gets one of them.
Can I do something? Can I like?
Crossbow?
Yeah, I might just crossbow him. Maybe I'll aim. Can I aim and get advantage? If next turn, maybe I'll just shoot it.
There is, I think there is like an aim this turn to get.
If I aim
there's a
this turn,
studied-
then I get
There's a
+2.
studied maneuver. Yeah. There's like an actual class thing for it.
Yeah, I think I'll just take a shot. I'll just go for it.
Which segment are you aiming for?
Which segment is good? I mean, I didn't hit, so.
Yeah, well, just sails over the top.
What a turn.
It is Fuego's turn.
All right, power attacking the worm.
3rd segment.
Yep. Hang on, I think a damage mod. Oh my fucking god! All right, whatever. That's a crit. That's a 1. Like
You
after
swing
that,
wide,
after that glorious first session, Fuego has not had a great time.
you swing a little too wide, and your sword like bites deeply into the side of the second chest you're next to, and you can feel it like stick fast in the wood. It's a good like, basically like half the blade is just embedded in the wood. Scarborough, is Quinn still with us?
Nope.
No. So Scarborough just goes, nope, I'm out, and his runs off.
Amazing.
She forms like a Flintstones car out of hair and then runs with her feet out of there. So here's what I really want to do most in my life is wrestle a giant centipede man. And you've given me that opportunity and I'm really thankful for it. How can I resolve this? Do you want me to pick a certain segment to maneuver with?
Yes.
Or am I wrestling the entire damn critter?
You can't really wrestle it as a whole, no, but it'll be a pick a segment.
Well, I mean, it is worth pointing out that there are rules for size modifiers. So if you want to, I would say that like if you want me to fight the whole thing, we can do that, or with the rules as written, or I can just grab at that third segment. So I'm just gonna. The point of the story is, I'm rolling, and I'm not doing much. I'm just going in, and I guess I didn't get much achieved.
Yeah, well, you kind of like go in for a hold, but I mean, you just sort of stop like where do I even start with this thing? Like, what on earth do I grab?
Yeah, right. Like, too many options. I'm screwed up by the choice of limbs to grapple.
Drauska.
Aight. Those two are dead, that's fine. And everyone else is like down on the ground, so there's nothing blocking my line of sight to Ugly, I'm guessing, so just frickin' shonk it with an arrow. Wowie.
Oh shit. Which segment are you aiming for?
Number 3, I guess.
Hey, that's a double crit, isn't it? So that's like, no, it is. Like you roll 20 on the crit confirm, so.
I don't think it does
roll
anything else.
to confirm the triple crit.
Okay. I
It
won't
is
say.
multiple. I
I mean, I won't say no.
Triple crits.
Just 1d20 plus 4.
Oh right, I didn't know. I thought you were looking up if that made sense, but fine.
Oh, this is doing it.
Plus 4.
You won that quintuple crit.
Where is that plus
No,
4
that's-
coming from?
Well, no, I don't know. You're. I God knows. You've just got your thing set up as X plus 4. That's what I can see from here.
That's coming from somewhere else. That's coming from my Bab, maybe. My.
Yeah, that's probably it. But like, that's what you roll. You roll 1d20 plus 4 to see if you hit with your Bab.
Weird.
Whatever.
Okay, fine.
Just
Yeah.
roll 1d20 plus 4.
Wow.
Nope.
Well, it's only a
Unfortunate.
regular crit. With
Sad.
6 damage.
Third segment.
Third segment on the 6 damage on the third segment.
So your bolt just sort of like rips through, like shoulder to shoulder, and the like arms of that segment sort of like shudder and twitch around a bit, and then seem to sort of like fall limp against the rest of its body.
Tidy.
Shadow's turn.
Alright. Just wondering if... No, that won't work either. Fine. Right. Oh, actually. How long would it take if I did a 5-foot step and then 1...
You can't 5-foot step and then move.
And what? Okay, not fine.
No, it's like a free action, but it takes a whole move. Like you can't 5-foot step and move.
Alright. Okay, fine. Just do...
You could full withdraw, but then that would be your whole turn.
Yeah. Now it's going to double on the old attack. Does the second attack hit?
I'm not seeing them.
Hmm?
I'm not seeing them in Roll20. Let me refresh.
Oh.
Can anyone else confirm?
Yeah, I'll see that.
The first one was a
Yes.
24, and the second one was a 15.
Yes.
Ah, I see him. Yeah, the first one hits. Which segment?
Third.
Right, so you sort of just like tear a hole down the stomach, and I mean the organs and stuff are all sort of being held in there, but they're like sort of like tatters of them are sort of like hanging out and dripping fluids onto the ground, and the arms are sort of like fallen slack alongside the rib cage.
So is ribcage number 3 bad, dead? Is it?
Well, it's not moving.
It's not moving. Okay, so is it in 2 pieces now, the skelepede?
Oh no, like it's that third segment is like messed up, but it's like still in. They're all still joined together.
Okay, so what is it I don't know, is it like impeded to any degree now, given that
It's
like
certainly centipeded.
hey, but like
Uh,
a quarter of its body is basically non-responsive now, is what I'm getting. Is that wrong?
that is correct.
Okay. Will that confer a sort of benefit to anyone else?
It's possible.
Maybe. Great. Alright. Anyway, that's Shadow's turn.
Yes, the skelepede, sort of like arching back, the front segment, sort of like half twists around, and it sort of like holds its palm out open, and then sort of like brings its fingers together, and you all feel like this rushing sensation downwards through your body, and then you suddenly feel like very lightheaded, and you can feel like
I wet my pants.
well, no, you can feel like just this immense pressure in like your legs and feet, and you can all see you like looking around each other, like suddenly very pale, as if all the blood is like drained from the top half of your body.
Oh god.
Everyone takes 2d6 points of damage.
This is for creatures with...
It's everyone in the vicinity. Yeah, Shadow isn't affected.
Hooray!
Nice. Cheers. So hang on one second though. If I were to pee my pants, would it relieve the pressure enough to give me advantage on like a saving throw or something? Would that help?
You have to roll for shame.
You're
roll-
talking to the wrong guy.
Roll a will save to do that. Am I really gonna pee my pants?
I think I'm going to take the 2d6. Woo is reckless, but he's not socially reckless like that. I do appreciate that very much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to wet my pants, though. That is something I appreciate a great deal.
And the back half segment, lastmost segment of it, the arm like darts out and grabs at your ankle. Fuego. What's your CMB?
Let's see.
Ooh, never mind. It like closes with an iron grip around your leg.
Oh, great. Nice.
And the second top segment, sort of like claws at Shadow.
Boy, oh boy. So, hang on, is that... Oh, is that the attack against Shadow? Alright, then it misses.
What Shadow's AC?
Higher than that.
Yeah,
Oh,
but he hasn't added the attack bonus yet. So.
oh, of course. Yeah, it's doing that thing that it was doing to Quinn. I need to reopen it to be able to see what's going on. 16.
Alright, so that misses.
A.
Poirat.
Ba, 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 ba. just shoot it.
Yeah.
Can, what's popping? You got boo?
You miss.
Do we know what its AC is from past rolls?
Negative. A lot higher than that, I think.
Higher than
Yeah,
15.
well, yeah, I won't I won't inspiration, so I just miss.
Yep.
Cool.
Can you inspiration on attack rolls?
Yes, but it costs two charges.
Yeah. Fuego, you are grappled,
And my sword is stuck in the
and your sword is stuck. In
thing.
it. So,
Okay, well I will
Reverse
let
the
go of my
grapple.
sword. No, I will let go of my sword and grab my halberd as a free action because I've got that. And I will. So what do I do to get? Can I take a swing at the hand to get loose? Like, do I have
you
to like?
roll? You can attack, but if you want to like specifically aim to get out of the grapple, like ASAP, you gotta roll with CMB.
What if he just tries to chop off the arm that's grabbing him?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was.
Yeah, you can also try that.
Is there like? Oh, I guess it might be harder to do that or whatever.
Yeah,
but,
if you're grappled,
take
which
a
I think is what's going on, you take a minus to your attack. Once it,
two?
if it, yeah, or something along those lines. I'll check, but it's only if you're pinned that you can't take any other actions. A
I'm just looking
grapple.
at grapple.
Yeah, I'm looking up grapple right now. You can make a combat maneuver check or escape artist check, which might be your better with both of which is the whatever.
Yep.
It doesn't. I'm not seeing the exact penalty. It looks like.
It's -2.
Okay, yeah. All right. So it's just -2 to your attack.
-4 penalty to dexterity. -2 penalty on all attack rolls and combat maneuver checks.
Now you see,
Except
because
those
of
made to grapple or escape the grapple.
all right, I kind of don't want to waste my turn, but like I feel like if I don't do something about being gripped, that something bad might happen. So.
Well, I'm going to grapple it to ungrapple you.
Does that work? Does that work?
I don't know precisely, but we're about to get just neck deep in this shit.
All right, whatever. I'm
just
gonna take.
ungrapple.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
fine.
take. Yeah, no, I'm gonna take a swing at this thing at -2. Whatever. I don't care. I'm still raging. I don't care. I don't have. I don't have time to. Sure, why not? Here we go. All right, that's with the -2 already in place.
So you like slice the arm clean off at the shoulder, but it is still, you can still feel the hand just like squeezing on your leg.
Great stuff.
Woo.
Okay, I'm gonna do I'm gonna jump up and put the very top one into a full Nelson.
Alrighty.
No, I'm not. I'm just gonna jump in the air and flail.
Yep. Drauska, your turn.
I'm going to take a little steppy step over here and then fire an arrow. Just the classics. Wow. Well, presumably the confirm doesn't work. Hello?
The confirm does not work.
Right.
Now, keep in mind, however, that both segments are grappled. If that thing, like, oh, I guess actually it's not really grappling anymore.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Which segment are you aiming for?
Oh, right. Number 2, please.
Alrighty. So you roll thugs into the back of. Man, you're rolling a lot of natural 20s.
Well,
Into the
2.
back of this skeleton.
Someone has to save me from technical incompetence.
Well, you rolled 2 natural 20s before, and then it's the
That's
third.
true.
Anyway.
The second one didn't count. Oh, shatter.
Let's be honest, stranger things have happened.
Hey. Does that first attack hit? 17.
No. Second one
Really? Alright.
Yep.
8 damage. I'm assuming segment 3 is still all, like, gammed out.
Yep.
Okay.
Segment 3 is.
Segment 2, please.
I think it's good to like keep broken segments in it. Like, don't completely destroy it, because then if he has to replace it, he has to like take out the bad stuff before he puts in the good stuff, maybe. So like, you know.
I feel like now that he's complete, he can't replace stuff again.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't trust Ruben.
So yeah, 8 damage to the second segment.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
What does this terrifying critter do?
Well, this terrifying critter reaches in again to the box and pulls out. The top segment reaches in, pulls out 2 eyeballs from just
Oh
within
my
the lid,
god.
and just sort of like crushes them in its hand. Drowska, can I get a will save?
Sure. Well, that one works.
The old
Oh, you-
eyeball voodoo.
You going blind, boy. Oh god.
Yeah, you completely lose your sense of sight.
Okay.
Oh god.
Is this, well, how many turns is this? Or is it just like the one?
Forever.
Boy.
Forever.
You are now a blind character. This is now your life.
Hooray.
The second segment again is lashing out at Shadow. And hits. Shadow takes 17 damage.
Bloody hell.
Just this punch, this ungodly strength behind this punch right into the gut of your Eidolon.
Shadow.
17. Alright. Well, that hurts quite a lot then.
And Fuego, the arm on your leg, you can feel it like further tightening its grip. Could I get
Yeah,
a
there we go.
fortitude save?
Oh yeah, that's my jam.
Oh, it's getting necrotic out here.
Alright, so you can feel your bones just like creaking against the outside force. And you just take a 1d6 damage. And this thing just, it feels like it's trying to like just snap your leg with just its fingers. Poirat.
Should I shoot it now? I'm gonna shoot it. And I'm gonna miss.
Yeah. All right.
Do I? Connections to the server has been interrupted.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
It's still
My
working though.
connection to server interrupted.
Oh.
16. It just came through on my side.
Okay. Yeah, I got 16. Did I hit?
No.
No. That was a very like somber. No.
No. Fuego.
Alright, so I guess I have to deal with the fucking hand on my fucking leg. So, what's that gonna be? A grapple removal thing still? So do I get
Yeah,
advantage
always.
because do I get anything because I removed it from its body? Like, does that do anything for the? Does it make it easier to get out?
I mean, you're essentially just trying to like unpry this thing's fingers, but
Yeah, sure.
it is very strong.
All right, hang on. So CMB roll right now.
And all of a sudden, you guys sort of like notice looking around the streets. They just deserted. All the citizens have fled in terror.
Okay, well, at least we've bought enough
Established.
time for everyone else to get away. If we die here, at least they go away.
All, however, what, like 30 seconds of the fight that's gone past.
Is that
You
a
managed to
save?
pry its fingers like open enough to sort of like slip its grip off your leg, and the arm just sort of like falls to the floor, like writhing around.
Can I stomp on it as a free action?
Yeah, that's a
Yep.
coup de grace. Coup de grace. Coup de grace.
So,
Coup de grace.
Coup de grace.
I mean, yeah, I can say you just like as a coup de grace, just like stomp on this thing and just shatter its elbow and render it.
Count de Gracie.
Yeah, fuck you, hand. So there's one. So does one of his arms now not have a hand anymore?
Yeah, the lowest segment is missing an arm
All right, cool.
on the left side. Woo!
All right, so I'm gonna switch tack, and I'm gonna go for a flurry of blows. My first one is gonna be a stunning fist.
I do love the stunning fists.
And I'm gonna be aiming for the very top one. The very top segment is the one that I'm trying to just knock out of action for a minute. Is that 17? Does that tickle your fancy?
On the topmost segment,
On the topmost segment, 17.
it just misses.
Oh, good lord. Well, that was a use of my stunning fist down the toilet. And that is my turn.
Traska, you are blind. So
Well, let's see what we can do about that. I've got... hang on. Oh. Well, that's freaking useless.
You got some of that eye wash?
I've got a... this is the most useless ability ever. I thought maybe I'd be able to get some use out of this useless ability, but no, it's actually that useless. It's called Bond Senses, and I could have started using my Eidolon's eyes, but it's a standard action. It only lasts as many turns as your summoner level, so it'd only have lasted 3 turns. That's 18 seconds, boys and girls, and it costs 6 seconds to do.
I mean, it's better than
So-
not having. It's better than being blind, honestly. Like, you skip one turn instead of missing however many turns you are blinded.
Stupid freaking ability. Can I just sort of like do a will save against this thing? Try and like
no.
meditate my way out of it. Oh right, it's one of those bollocks abilities. Alright. So what can I do
Or
about it?
Takuna.
I mean, I think the bond senses thing isn't half bad. Like, you miss one turn. It's not like
Well, that's
terrible.
assuming it works that way.
Can you heal Shadow? Because Shadow just took a real serious
Nope.
blow.
Nope, we didn't get a rest.
And
So I'm out of spell slots. Alright, well,
just fire
I'm just gonna do the dumb thing and fire even though I'm blind because it's probably only going to be a accuracy penalty.
You're gonna roll 20 anyway.
Sure. What is the penalty for being blind?
You get
Blind is actually
-4 to
minus 2.
strength and AC and Dex, and opponents get like 50% concealment on any attacks you make.
Alright, well it'll just be the concealment then because crossbows don't get any benefit from strength or dex.
Can they get benefit from Dex to hit?
Do they?
No,
Is
they
that how that
don't.
works?
No, they don't. No, they don't. Crossbows don't take any stats.
Maybe to hit,
So
certainly
I
not
feel like
to
to hit-
damage.
Yeah, not to
That'll
damage,
that'll
to
explain that'll explain where that
Dex gives you bonus to hit.
that'll explain where that came from. Sorry, so it's minus what to hit?
-4 to your
Sorry,
dexterity.
-4 to dex. Alright, well that just removes my +2 mod. Okay, fine. I'll just do that, that's fine.
You can also set the condition at the top of your sheet, the
Yeah,
blinded
you can just
condition.
Yeah.
it's right there.
Oh, really?
That might be useful. Yeah.
Yep.
Where? On what tab?
Up at the top, it says set
What tab?
conditions. It's above the tabs in my.
Oh, I see.
Core
There we go.
compositions.
Easy.
Get them all up.
Okay, and
Handy.
then just shoot. That one gonna hit anyway.
That doesn't hit. Shadow.
Just before he dies, is going to hopefully quadruple crit. Oh, why are these pages not working anymore? Oh, 5 damage.
Second hits. Which segment are you aiming for?
Number 2.
Number 2. You can sort of see it starting to like sort of fall to pieces, like the third one. It's still moving, but and it's looking in much worse shape.
Nice. Taking him down.
Okay.
One rib at a time.
The Skelepede's turn again. Second segment punches again at Shadow and hits.
Well, he's dead.
It looks like second segment is the brawler and first segment is the mage. I don't know what the other two are doing. Like third is fucked up, and
You're getting ate up, son.
yeah.
And the first segment, again, hold on, what spells have I got? Ooh, that would be too cool. Okay, so its fingernails start to sort of like peel back on one of its hands, and like a black smoke sort of starts seeping out into the air around it. Could I get fortitude saves from Wu and Fuego?
Woo!
You may.
We're all going blind.
It's happening.
Do I just see everyone stumbling around?
Wait, Wu.
Is this thing a master caster as well as punching real hard? This thing is a renaissance worm.
Wait, did you roll your fortitude, Fuego?
Yes, that is my
Oh,
fortitude.
there it is. So Fuego, this horrid stench just like gets right up in your nostrils and right at the back of your throat, just burning
Nice.
black smog. And he's sort of like double over coughing for a second. Wu, you just become like intoxicated by it and racked with pain. And you take 1d6 strength damage.
Both of us or only Wu?
Just Wu.
God,
Alright.
strength damage would have stopped me from being useful. I don't know, like, that would have been good.
It's cool. I have I have finesse, and I'm gonna get a feat later. Hopefully that makes it so that my damage is also based on dexterity. So that's an attempt to cure the multiple attribute dependency of the monk.
Well, you ain't got that right now, do you?
Damn. All right. I took
Yeah.
I
God.
took the 1 strength damage.
There it is.
Tragic. My enhancement is gone. My +1.
I mean, soon we're
bonus
going to
is
meet a
gone.
mind flayer, and I'm going to die from mind flaying. So, yeah.
We're all
Wara.
doomed.
I'm going to shoot that one out.
Yeah. Are you gonna be able to shoot like bomb arrows later, like Link?
Yeah, I need to get more scrolls and stuff and use those to actually use fireballs and shit. Just gotta find them or buy them.
Well, it's
Save
gonna be
up
lit.
some stuff. Yeah.
You're gonna be shooting like grenade arrows, like Link, or alternately like Rambo, depending on which you prefer.
That's what I do in Numenera. Just shoot random arrows and stuff. It's pretty.
Your bolt play flies pretty far wide.
Yeah.
Fuego.
Well, I'm actually nothing's going on with me right now, so I actually get a straight blow at this thing. I'm gonna. All right, I'm gonna. I
Sword is
see that.
still stuck.
Yeah, but I've got my halberd. It's fine. I don't have time. I don't have time to. That's gonna be a full action to grab that sword. I'm assuming. So that ain't how Fuego roll.
until you fumble this roll and lose your halberd.
Yeah, exactly. Then I will grab the sword again. But until such time, I see that second segment punching Shadow real hard, and I'm, that's like,
But
feels like a challenge.
I had a giant hammer in my back pocket.
I don't know. I have this halberd. I don't have a hammer. I will. I'm gonna collect weapons. I'm gonna be like the guy who doesn't reload. He just grabs new guns. Like a John Woo film. Always have a new gun ready. Now I'm gonna take a swing at the second segment because that thing is like challenging me to a man off. I ain't having none of it. So here we go.
That's a hit.
I hope so, yeah.
You slice clean through the segment.
Hooray!
Yeah, fuck you,
severing
segment.
this thing in half, and the first segment sort of like spatters to the ground.
I laugh at the first segment.
Rude.
And the last segment sort of like splits off at the neck from the other two. So essentially you've got like the top half of a torso on the ground and then a headless body missing one arm at the back.
I feel like we might be winning this one, boys.
We might make it.
Woo!
I just wonder what all the cultists are going to do once we kill this thing. That's going to be interesting. Although I guess they're all unarmed. They're all unarmed, so we can just chop them down, I guess, but whatever.
That's also really rude. I guess. So remind me again the two parts. There's one that is headless and armless, which I'm not very worried about at present.
The one at the back is missing a head and one arm, and the one at the front is missing legs and has one of the sectarians' heads replacing.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna kick it in. I'm gonna kick it in the head twice. One of which is gonna be a stunning fist. The first of which is gonna be a stunning fist.
They both miss. Wait, no, it's prone. They both hit.
Oh, nice. It's lit.
So
So
It's so lit.
yeah. So stunning fist does cool shit. I forget exactly what. Yeah. There we go.
12.5 DC. I guess
you
if they roll a
round down.
12. Yeah, I guess if they rolled. Oh, okay, sure.
Round down.
Gotcha.
I just
the
didn't
head is
do the
just like-
macro properly.
It's just like lying, like dead weight against the ground.
Sweet action.
Are the cultists reacting in any way to their worm god being crushed by a couple of
Like
strangers with swords?
literally dismantled. We're literally taking it apart.
They haven't really been looking. They're kind of just.
They're just thinking it's going fine. They're gonna look up soon and it's gonna be shit. What happened? Last time I looked, we had a giant worm. Now there's just torsos everywhere.
Drowska.
Hmm?
Oh wait, I gotta make the fortitude saving throw.
Huh?
Oh no. Droska's turn. Droska's turn.
Sorry, the worm is... Is the worm alive?
In tatters.
In tatters.
Somewhat
The
alive.
first segment is, and the last segment is.
The first segment does the weird shit with the crawling and the casting and the creation, and we don't know what the last segment does. I
Well,
think.
let's hope. Let's truly hope that these wounds, they will not heal.
Nice reference.
Cheers. Thanks. I worked hard on that one. Wrong doodad. Okay, fine. Using my daredevil powers, I'm going to shoot it with my actually, I'm not. I can make a wolf.
You can sense that Shadow is dead, so you might as well, yeah.
Yeah, so... well, actually, that dude, the dude in that spot, he's all dead and stuff, isn't he? He had his head pulled off.
Yep.
Cool, rad. Alright, fine. Take a little steppy step forward, and...
Here's your wolf token.
There we go, I got it. Perfect.
Yo, that was a hell of a noise.
You already had one over to one side, so I think let's take that. Right, now I just need to remember exactly. Cool.
What does the wolf say?
The wolf says that. Whoops. Oh, for goodness. There. This is his clef. He's got 15 clef. And what's his AC? His AC is 14, so that's nice. Let's pop the little 14 in there. And he's going to attack, because that's what he does so well.
I just noticed the 3 bubbles above my head spell out "Rarg." I don't know who did that, but I
You're
love
welcome.
it. That's amazing.
13. I'm guessing that doesn't hit even a broken damaged thing.
It does not.
Oh well.
Wasn't one segment stunned, so it takes a -2 to AC? Which part was that?
Oh, yes, the head.
Yeah,
well,
so does it
I'm
still bite the head?
further away from you guys, so it still doesn't hit.
You can bite the head.
Yeah. Will you just let me do that? Even though... Oh, I suppose I am facing that square. Yes, I absolutely bite the head.
Alright, and that gets like a free grapple, right?
Oh, also I'm flanking with Woo, so yeah, that too.
And then, like a dog, you can run away with it, like
It's
in
true.
the comics where a dog runs away with someone's head. Yeah.
Like all those comics,
I'm sure I've seen a comic like that where
where a dog runs away with someone's head.
like a headless horseman's head. or something
Okay.
like that.
Ted, yeah, I've seen that. I've seen a dog like in the cartoons. Yeah.
And he's like, "No, put me down, no, you know."
Yeah,
classic
yeah.
comedy. Classic comedy.
That's some Scooby Doo shit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure something like that happened in. You know, what? I can't remember what that anime's called. Never mind.
It's
The
called
one that was
Scooby-Doo.
the one that was so popular.
Konosuba. Konosuba had
Konosuba,
stuff.
that's the one.
It did, yeah.
That's
it
the
did.
badger.
But that was
They played football.
They played football with someone's head. Yeah, that was what they did.
All right,
great,
cool.
bro.
Well, whatever. 6 damage.
Alright, so its teeth just like sinking around
Yeah.
the
Oh,
crown of the head.
Also, how does this work?
You get a free grapple?
Gets a
right?
free trip.
It's already sort of prone.
It's already on the ground.
Yeah, well, forget that then.
Yes. So I guess now it's the Skelepede's turn.
Alright, here comes the horrible surprise. I'm ready. Bring
One
it.
segment is stunned. Cannot take any actions. So one segment.
The head is lying. Just yeah, like out, like unconscious against the pavement. But one of the arms still sort of like raises up independently and begins casting a spell.
Bring it. Power word kill.
All these spells are too nasty.
Well,
Don't you have like a list or something? I'm sure you've got a list there with things I want
Yeah,
to
it's
do
what I'm
to my
looking.
players and stuff
They're all
that.
like deadly nuking fireball.
is this a thing that a Skelepede is generally allowed to do, or are you just going through like all of the level 8 spells?
You're just scrolling down
Oh,
to.
you want me to go to the level 8
Yeah.
spells?
Oh god, what are you doing, Jordan?
Why
Skelepede
not?
is not an actual. This is. I'm assuming this is a homebrew thing, right? I'm
Let's
assuming
just kill
this is
us all
homebrew.
now.
I imagine Ruben's going down to the only used in case of emergency spells. Remove someone from the plane of existence. Yes, that's exactly what I need.
That actually wouldn't be much of a problem for Drauska, who comes from... Because like, I think that all those spells, if you are an outsider, make you go back to your originating plane. They don't cast you into like an unexpected plane. So Drauska, having come from the shadow plane, if like
You'd at least have the
he
home
was the
field
target.
advantage.
Yeah,
Okay, so
absolutely.
it's sort of the arm comes up and then just sort of like smacks against the ground, and this these dark lines of like shadows seemingly like begin swirling outwards from where it lands and sort of form like multiple concentric spirals in a sort of like 5-foot diameter over the prone torso.
That doesn't sound good.
And this like sort of move up to like envelop it in this maybe like a 10-foot high ring of just like a blackish flame. Meanwhile, the last segment has just turned to Wu and is like swings a punch with its remaining arm. The AC's 19, right?
Lul.
Unused to
wrecked.
being on its own 2 feet and unbalanced by the lack of the other arm, it just sort of like trips over itself and falls prone at your feet.
And deals its attack on itself.
Well, it's like dazes itself against the pavement.
Hey.
Knocks the wind out of
Alright,
its
so
own lungs.
just to clarify, the head is like preparing a spell. Like it seems like it's doing something.
Okay,
it's
so
like...
the top half, the head is like stunned, but the arm, like...
Oh yeah, right. The arm is, but I mean,
touches the
it's casting something, but its effects haven't happened yet.
Oh, so
It's,
there
well,
are...
it's
there
like
are-
this wall of like black flame, sort of like surrounding the
Oh,
upper
great.
segment.
All right.
All right.
What do I do now? If he's... Should I hit him again, or is he like so far gone that there's no point?
I mean, he just summoned a wall of black fire around himself, so you know, I don't think he's quite down
sorry,
yet.
Sorry, I mean, like, should I shoot a wall of black fire?
I mean, we can see what the. I'm not sure I want to hit the wall of black fire in melee, so it would be nice to know what it does.
Yeah, I'll go for a little
I don't know.
link at it, and I don't know what the AC wall of fire is. I mean, surely that would hit it. It's not like I'm aiming like at one specific thing.
Well, it's all kind of... It's all inhibited
aiming
now
for?
anyway, isn't it?
The segment,
Just
yeah,
the wall.
the head segment that's wreathed in flame.
Yeah.
the arrow just sort of like disappears into it. You don't really hear it hit the ground.
Huh.
It's just sort of like...
Well, that's ominous.
Oh, I know. We should put the bottom segment into that fire.
Fuego.
Yeah, can I pick up the bottom segment and throw it? That's a great idea.
It is prone and dazed.
It's stunned himself, right? Or dazed or something.
Yep. You
Yeah,
could-
can I? What would it take to pick it up and throw it out through the black flame?
Normally it's like grapple, and then the next turn you like move again with the grapple. But since it's like prone and dazed, just make a CMB check.
All right.
So just like grab it by the waist. And
Tear it up.
Alright, yep. You grab this thing and throw it. As soon as it touches the wall of black flame, there's just a loud like screaming sound, and it like hits as if like an invisible force field. And all the like flesh and skin on it just explodes in a burst of flame, leaving behind a blackened skeleton.
Well, we know what
You
not
try to
do.
stop Fuego with fire? Come on, that's not how this works.
No,
Also,
I mean you're supposed
Jordan,
to
you
fight fire with
magnificent-
fire.
You fight fire with fuego.
Man. That was a brilliant plan. I love it. All right, so we've got.
Ooh.
I'm just really scared of this last thing. It's freaking me out.
Yeah, I respect that. So now that this thing has managed to injure itself with its own various bits, is it still exploding and black firing and terrifying?
Just bouncing around on the floor like a firecracker.
There is still this dome of black fire. Over the top of it.
It's a dome. It's
All
not-
right. It sounds like...
Don't put your hand through the wall of fire.
Well, I mean, here's what I suggest, and I'm gonna give all of you a knowing little wink as I grab the nearest cult member and toss him in.
Oh
The
God, we're gonna
furnace.
use it as a fucking incinerator. Don't fuck me.
Peace out, asshole.
Oh my God.
We're gonna burn the garbage.
He like gasps in surprise as you grab him, but you just like shove him into the dome, and again he just this shriek, and he is like reduced to a blackened skeleton.
Oh my God.
I hope it's not taking like the life energy that we throw at it and getting stronger.
Well, if so, we have the
If so,
perfect
we're
That
answer.
all
would
to that.
be
dead.
totally worth it. This is so cool. This is
Well,
so
no,
great.
I mean, here's the thing though. If it does, we have the exact answer we need for that, which is Fuego. Because if he gets a lot of hit points, we have the perfect thing to take him away, and that's Fuego. So it's fine.
Unless it gets a lot of damage and bonus to hit.
It's fine. I still got like he hasn't hit me most. Like I've taken like 6 damage this fight. I still
Hasn't
got,
really attacked you.
a lot. Yeah, he hit Shadow a lot. So
Yeah, I
good
noticed
shit.
that.
Easy life.
Okay, well, if I have, yeah, I guess chucking that cult member into the fire is going to be my turn. I don't know, like at this point, we're all wary enough of the thing that I don't know that any of us would just rush into the fire. Is this still like in initiative?
Yeah,
this
well,
thing
you
rushing
guys still
through?
have like, you guys can still get through all your turns to act, however, before its next turn.
Okay. All right. So did grabbing this unsuspecting cult member take up my whole turn?
Yeah, like grabbing him and like throwing him into the fire.
Okay. There we go. And that was my turn.
Which one is it? Like this one? Here's another one.
Yes, precisely so.
I'm gonna remove this entity.
Actually, I just realized I have fire resistance. I could just try and hit it.
Nice.
Here's this dome.
Oh, that is the scariest dome. That's the Thunderdome. I'm really intimidated
I
by
mean,
it.
that feels like a step down from the. Oh, never mind. Okay. God.
I don't know about that,
The
man.
top segment is just hiding inside it.
Okay, that's better. That gives me the chills. That's spooky.
Yes.
Drauska. Your turn.
Am I still blind?
Yes.
skills can I? Nothing worthwhile.
Oh, actually, I don't have fire resistance yet. I get that at like level 6. Whatever.
You could always just sack up and just go in there and hit him anyway.
I
Just
mean, I'm raging, right? You never know.
going to fire a crossbow. Well, that's not gonna hit. Alright, and then dog. Dog's after me. And
Dog just gonna do it.
yeah,
Sacrifice the dog.
he's fairly disposable.
Yeah, sad but true.
Disposable doggy.
Alright.
Trauska's real heartless, and like Wu has like significant objections to his methodologies.
Ah, the dog likes it. It's not gonna work anyway.
The dog, as soon as it touches the dome, it just.
15 damage? What the
yeah.
hell kind of spell is this?
It's a really rude dome of death, dog.
This isn't a spell in the spell book.
It's a dome of death.
It's a watered down spell in the spell book.
Uh-huh.
Da da da.
So the dog is dead.
Yes.
Jeez. What?
Well, now I kind of don't want to hit it anymore.
What are those things called? There's like those orbs which you get in D&D, and it's just kind of like anything that touches it just is gone now. It's not a thing anymore.
Oh, those are the
something of disintegration, maybe.
Yeah, orbs of disintegration. Yeah, that sounds right. I think that is it.
Basically, what's going on here?
It's pretty dope.
Well, it's not
I'm
like
about-
what touches
I'm about
it.
to, like,
it's not
activate
like
it
stuff
because
that enters it is disintegrating. It's just like whatever touches it gets reduced to like a blackened skeleton.
That does
Important
make
distinction.
me feel a lot better.
Yeah, I feel very comforted now. I'm actually gonna like activate a defensive ability and stride into that sucker like a fucking boss on my next turn.
Ready?
Whenever.
You're gonna die. It's lovely. Good knowing you.
I think we should all just walk into it.
While holding hands like the end of Toy Story 3.
Yeah, that's like a real dingus TPK. That's like the worst TPK I've ever heard of.
So the
Actually, that was
segment of the skeleton.
Yeah,
You can just hear his voice, like this guttural moan almost coming out from underneath the dome, like "Leave us be, leave us be."
Leave us be. You came here.
You come to my house? You come to well, whatever.
Some quote like that.
Yeah, something manly that Fuego would say that I can't say because I'm not.
I thought the whole point here was roleplay. I thought the whole point was roleplay here, Ox. Think about it like this.
We're taking the Kian approach. Let me roll, and then you fill in the blanks.
Right.
So,
Savage. Okay.
I mean,
it's
I
not
don't know
even,
what
it's not even
we're
our turn.
doing
Yeah.
right now.
I mean, the giant worm just said, "Leave me be." I don't know.
Can I intimidate him?
Intimidate the worm. I love it. I mean, he's kind of beaten right now. He's been wrecked.
How dare you, sir? Leave us be. Tell us to leave you be. We were rocking up into the city. We were having a nice old time. Trying to leave, and you stop us. Got all fleshy. This is all you. Okay, it's all on you. And inspiration. I'm 17.
It doesn't seem to notice you.
Fuck you. I finished.
Like, I imagine just hearing this in a tiny ratty squeak voice. Like,
Oh no!
beautiful. Oh god, I love it.
Oh, Wu is like furious at this slighting of his friend
Oh, amazing.
Boy Rat.
I mean,
Wu
are we
is
still
so
on
mad.
initiative at this point?
Fuego's turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend the turn taking my great sword out of the chest.
Alright, so you just like brace your foot against it and tug it out.
That's right.
Woo! It is your turn.
Okay, it's on. I am going to activate my time flicker ability. It
God
I
grants
don't,
speed.
I don't think
Godspeed.
walking into an orb of disintegration is going to matter much.
I have no idea.
Anything.
I have no idea whether this actually
I
impacts
believe.
anything at all.
I don't think that walking through the disintegrating
Godspeed.
flames, that wall of flames, I don't think any of them are going to miss you.
Someone has to do this.
I'm doing it, and I'm gonna walk up.
How badly do you want to retire your character?
I'm gonna walk up
Okay.
Wait,
entirely.
I will move heaven and
unconcerned.
earth to resurrect Wu if he dies. I will
Rip.
move
Thank you.
heaven and earth.
Rip.
Thank you. Well, I'm sure
I'm
it'll
go-
be fine.
I'm going back to the shadow plane if you die. Let's see if I can find you there.
I mean, you burned your hands once. Now it's time to
So
burn
you
the
got
rest of your
your
body.
time flicker on,
Yes.
and you are walking up into the dome.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like get up and well, I guess actually as a standard action, I can't actually do anything else useful this turn. So I guess what's gonna happen is like I'm just going to activate it, and then my next turn I'm gonna be able to go in there and just hit it in the head until it stops concentrating on the spell.
Watch the spell expire next turn. We can just watch
I mean, that's totally fine. Yeah, if that's how it goes, I'm in for that too. That's cool too.
Alright, so Wu's now standing right next to this dome, all flickery. Drowska.
Oh, did he walk through it?
No,
Oh,
not
yeah,
yet.
John's
You
walking
can't
through
walk
it
through
next.
I'm preparing for it, but what I just did was like wrap time around myself and start to glitch in and out of a reality.
Okay.
Getting ready and just walk up confidently like a lord, just ready to enter that globe and just hit somebody right on the head.
I'm wondering if there's
just
any kind of
sidebar,
check I can make.
You have to tell me. You have to tell me what this spell is after this encounter's over. Like, I need to know. I need to spell. I will build a character around this spell.
I have training in spellcraft. Can I do a check? See if I go figure out what the hell this bloody thing is. Well, you know, it was worth a shot. It's not like arrows were gonna do anything.
Dank dark necromancy.
Man, I guess I'll have to think harder next turn.
Something flame related.
I'm sorry, did someone say dank?
It's the appearance of flame.
I thought I wasn't gonna make the joke. Yeah, but sure.
It was me. Yeah. I go for the low-hanging fruit.
And I appreciate you for it.
You can still hear it moaning, leave us be, leave us be. And you can see its hands sort of like come out of the dome for a second and grab one of the skeletons of the sectarians and like pull it in under the dome.
Oh fuck! It's regenning. Oh fuck me.
Oh, okay. So we can get under the dome.
It pulls the
Halberd.
skeleton.
Halberd.
No. It's putting something in. Like it's
No.
putting a blackened skeleton in.
But as and when you get your turn, just sort of like do a leg sweep.
No, it didn't go underneath. It just pulled it through the flames. And it didn't put it underneath, like below the fire, but through under, like putting it under.
Through the
How's
barrier.
he doing that then?
But it's only a blackened, like things turn into blackened skeletons. Like if you're a blackened skeleton, sure you can get through. If you're not a blackened skeleton, you're gonna turn into a blackened skeleton.
Alright. It's your turn.
Next character I'm rolling is a blackened skeleton.
Can I tell what this scrub is? What all this necromancy magic is?
Do a knowledge
You
check.
could make a spellcraft check or knowledge arcana to be like.
Do it!
Boom, 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 boom.
I has to know.
17.
Again, like Drowska, the only conclusion you can really come to is that this is some nasty ass necromancy.
You're doing
Some
some
dank shit.
piss poor rolls, Kian.
Fuck you.
No.
Fuego.
Sacrifice yourself for the team.
I grab the nearest cultist and tell him what the fuck is going on. That's what I'm gonna say.
Drag him away. Don't let him be in range.
Yeah, I'm actually. That's a good point. I will because there's only one guy left next to him. I think because I'm gonna drag him away from the flames.
Hey, this
I'm gonna,
guy's dead because he lost his head.
yeah. So I'm gonna grab the guy in front of me away from the fiery dome.
Yep.
And I'm going to try and intimidate him into telling me what the hell that fiery thing is. So let me find and intimidate.
So who did?
Roll?
Oh, did he grab? What skeleton did he grab in then?
The one on his right.
The one, right?
Alright.
The one cultist that got.
So he's not there anymore. Oh, on his right, over right, the headless one.
So Fuego yells at the cultist. Fuego demands to know what necromancy is afoot.
The guy's just like gibbering. He's like being reduced to like a gibbering mess. He's just like, none can guess as to the power and greatness of the colony. Blessed be we, for the colony is upon us.
All right, I'll coup de grace this guy and throw him away from the flame dome.
Alright, you just kind of like split him with your sword.
Yeah, sure.
So he just. Yeah.
Savage.
No, the guy at top above me, like this guy.
Oh,
like,
sorry,
I want
sorry,
him.
meant the
I
guy.
want.
Clank.
Woo. His turn.
Woo!
Maybe
Alright.
try conversing with the worm. I don't know, man.
Maybe
No, I
try
don't have time
talking
for
to
that
the
shit.
monsters.
Are you doing this? Are you doing this?
Yeah.
Is it happening?
dude.
Has
Yeah.
has our entire life led up? Our entire life has led up to this moment.
Yeah. I'm just gonna walk in there and kick the dog shit out of this thing.
Godspeed, man. Godspeed.
So here's the deal, Wubin, just to give you a summation of the relevant data, my AC is still 19, that mage armor is still on. I have Time Flicker, which gives me a 20% concealment. I do have the class feature Evasion, which lets me take no damage from area of effect skills, spells or whatever. Basically, I'm just a real hoss beast, and I'm just going to walk in there and kick the dog shit out of the head of this creature.
Alright,
How do you want to resolve that?
could you roll concealment?
Okay, that's going to be a D100, and then if I roll 80 or above, it misses, is my understanding of how that roll works.
Wow.
Oh. I like glitch out of time just as I pass through the ring of like the frequencies line up perfectly. And I'm literally not existing in this timeline as I pass through the ring of
I'm not gonna
flame.
lie. Fuego gets a semi from that. Like Fuego's like, holy shit, fuck. That's the manliest thing I've ever seen anyone do.
Alright, so you're standing within the dome.
Throw it out of the dome.
But you can just like feel like just your powers of time like you get the sense that like you get like visions of like alternate timelines where you put your foot forward and you just like instantly were reduced to ash, and at the moment you're sort of just like almost existing in some sort of like alternate pocket dimension where you're like aware of the dome but it doesn't really exist for you.
Shit.
You get the sense that like this may not last long.
Yeah. Oh no. So if I attack him, I'm just gonna get reduced to ash. I'm just like lucky
Wasn't
that
it-
I managed to even get inside of here.
Is it not a wall though?
No, like the deal is that my concealment allowed me to create my concealment, and the magical nature of it allowed me to create a pocket dimension inside of this thing that for this turn allowed me to enter it. Like
So
I'm
apparently
not
the
gonna
fire, yeah, the fire isn't just a wall. It's just completely enveloping this thing. Like this thing is like
Yeah,
up to his
all the way
flesh. There's
through.
no
it's like
there's
a
no empty.
sphere.
Yeah, there's no empty space between the fire and the skeleton.
Well,
Now, am I to understand, Wubin, from the flashes of the alternate timelines? Is it those flashes, were they of me performing my attack, or were they of me like just entering the thing? So I'm asking here, if I am to attack it right now, will that result in my being reduced to ash?
You got flashes of like it wasn't as when you attacked, it was like as soon as you brush up against.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this is like the explanation for why it is that I'm not presently flaming. So I wish to, at this point, my understanding of the way that the movement would work as it was between last round and this round is such that I could still do my flurry of blows. Is this correct? Or do you want to play it so that I'm
You're not gonna
to
just walk
enter the
back out
dome?
of there. You're not gonna step back.
I'm going to kick the head of this thing as hard as I can, because that will hopefully cause it to have to make a concentration check.
The hand is casting it, isn't it? Is the hand not? Is there like a? Wasn't the hand casting it independently, or is the? Or is the body
the
doing
hand?
it?
The hand that like casted it, but like I can tell Porat from what he gathered, like it's not an ongoing channel. Like it was cast and is just playing out its effect.
It's fire and forget. All right, it's not a concentration spell. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so this would not, like, even if I were to break its concentration, I would probably still wind up feeling the wrath of this thing.
Yep.
Okay, so at that point, I guess I'm going to try to reposition the dome, and I'm going to reposition the enemy over here and see if the dome follows.
All right.
And so that's going to be my attempt to resolve the situation.
You better succeed this roll, dude. Holy shit.
Roll CMB.
well, he's got a 1 in 5 chance of surviving being in the dome again, so...
I guess this guy's still battered, right? This guy's still fucking wrecked.
Alrighty, you've got a hold of him. It's just like, because the rules are like you grapple him and then next turn you can like move them, right?
I think that there is a direct like reposition, like acrobatics.
Yeah. Oh, but he gets a grapple bonus +4 against your CMD to like resist. What's your CMD?
My CMD against grappling is 20.
Oh shit.
And that's +4.
There you have that. So how does that play? I'm not sure of the mechanics on that at all.
Well, it's like so he gets like a roll to break out of your grip, because the reposition, they get like normally they'll wait till their turn to break the grapple, but when you're like moving them, it's like an instant CMB roll.
Okay,
To basically
so
not be moved.
all right. So is the deal that I am unsuccessful in the repositioning attempt?
Yeah.
Okay.
He like just manages like with one arm to like fend you off.
Okay.
I mean, the head's still like lying useless against the ground.
All right. Terrifying. So I guess I'm just still like I've come to in like grasp this thing, and I've got like a bit of it, but not quite enough to move it. And I'm staying inside this like gigantic dome of black flame, like a boss. Probably gonna suck next turn.
Drowska.
Hmm. Oh, am I just? Well, I'm open to suggestions. I don't think there's anything I can do.
I mean, we can talk to this word. Maybe he'll give up if we say the right things. One thing I can think of.
Yeah, I don't really see any kind of play we can make. I mean, it's basically invincible at the moment. It's basically invincible. And how do you... I don't know.
Well, one of you can get the.
There's
one
no
of you can get
diplomatic play you can make here.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, he's
doubt-
also power.
I doubt
He's also
that.
powerless. Is the thing.
One of you can get the last guy away.
But that guy's
from
gone
him,
already, right?
last
That
piece of
guy.
his
That's
food.
the guy. That's the guy he ate. That's the guy. That
Oh,
guy's
did
gone.
you already eat this guy? Wooby, you're not keeping. You're worrying me. I'm confused.
No, he pulled
We
in
threw
the
one- no,
guy who
we
you had
threw-
already
we
thrown
threw
against.
this one.
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay. Oh.
So there's
Okay.
one
Sorry.
last guy.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so he's still got some fuel, so we could do with somebody.
Alright. How blind
now
is
the question
Drowska?
is, yeah, the question is,
He's
does Drowska
completely
even
blind.
know about
You can make an acrobatics
Why?
check to move, but if you fail it, you just kind of fall over.
That's like 3 turns. Or maybe 4. I'm losing track.
A DC to an acrobatics check to move faster than half speed. So you could actually move half speed. Sort of like feel your way along.
That's lit. Dude,
Nah, I'm
Jordy,
passing. There's
no
nothing
big
to
deal.
do. There's nothing to do.
okay. It's no biggie. Like, dude, I had like 6 rounds where I just ran around a building a couple combats ago. Shit happens, baby. It's no
Yeah, I
biggie.
think that was a pretty stupid move as well, frankly.
That was lit. That was
wasn't.
lit too.
It wasn't.
Anyway,
it was
the
dumb.
point of the story, whatever. The point of the story is, we're fighting a bad guy. Now, if you don't see anything to do, then let's head next. But Shadow can at least connect.
Nope, no, he can't because he's
Shadow
dead.
dead.
Remember?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Dead.
and your wolf is dead. Screw.
I
you
could
really did
make.
get that.
I could make another wolf, but it'll just die. It'll try and attack him and die. So there's no point. So I'm just gonna skip.
You
Right.
can still hear this thing chanting from within the dome, leave us, leave us, leave us. And suddenly, like, the top half of the blackened skeleton with, like, the pelvis and legs, leg bones missing, sort of just gets, like, spat out the dome. Poirat. You guys don't yet know the extent of this spell.
Can I see what I know about the spell?
You could, like, spend your whole turn again, being
Yeah. Let's do
trying
that.
to figure it out.
Do. 32.
Alright, so you, like, just at the very edge of your memory recall, like, an enchantment like this. It just, like, completely annihilates any living being that comes into contact with it. Unless it is, like, possessing, like, some supreme life, like, superhuman life force. Luckily, it won't last upwards of 10 minutes. So it is temporary.
There you go. All right. Cool.
I should probably step out.
So yeah. So you can tell that story.
Fuego's turn.
All right. So living matter, right? I imagine like Pra tells us this. So I imagine that means that maybe I'm going to take my halberd as my least. I don't care about my halberd that much, and I'm going to move it through the sphere with the flat side, like as a like kind of wave it through in such a way that I won't hurt people. I'll like try and nudge, like push Wu out of the
Trying to do
sphere.
the stage
Well,
hook.
he's sort of in his own pocket at the dimension.
All right, so I can't. So I can't probably. Okay, so
Yeah.
okay. In that case, I will. Do I know that he's in his own pocket dimension? Like I can't see what's.
No, it's all good.
You
Like
sort
you
of
just
see
saw
him
me
as like
walk
this
in.
weird, blurry presence.
All right, I can see that something weird is going on. Okay, I will move to whichever side he isn't on, like here or something.
Hang on a minute.
I have enough moves so I can move around. I can flank him.
Didn't the wall eat Kian's arrows as well?
Yeah.
They,
well,
like,
it didn't eat
disappeared
them. They
into
just
the-
didn't hear them hit the
Like, we didn't hear them do anything, but that's why we'll test it because we haven't
Yeah,
exhausted
because
this testing yet.
the other thing too is that the halberd has reach.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have.
that-
I mean, a bit more reach, but it doesn't have like.
It's not a
the
reach
property
weapon.
reach?
It doesn't have the
Oh,
reach
well-
property. No, but it's
Oh,
still
damn.
like. I mean, I can definitely use it and hit this thing without my hands being close to the flame because it's a freaking halberd, and it's let's be honest, that's not gonna. So I am just going to take a swing at this thing with my halberd. I guess.
Oh, hey, Kian, will you do me will you do me a favor and yell to me that, hey, this thing is going to fucking destroy you? Like, get out of there.
Can I do that?
Hey.
I mean, talking's a free action.
Well, Kian cut out.
Excellent.
Get out.
Thanks.
There you go.
All right.
All right, I'll make
roll
an attack roll. Yeah.
All right, so you can feel it connect with something. Like this crunch and like crack, but you feel it like almost imperceptibly through the haft of your shaft of your halberd, haft of your halberd. Anyway, you feel almost imperceptibly this impact as it's like drowned out by the tactile sensation of like this rippling and twisting as it passes through the dome. And as you withdraw it, you see it's like the handle is like splintered and torn in places, and like the head of the blade is all warped.
Okay, sure. So it's not completely safe for me to stick my sword in there. It's gonna damage the sword.
But you can feel you hit something and you hit it good.
Yeah. All right.
I look over and my eyes get real wide because I realize the exact implications of the dumb shit I just did.
Like I said, heaven and earth, man. Heaven and earth. I think it's your turn now, right? I
Yeah,
think
actually it is. Yeah, it is my turn next.
Here it is. Here it is.
All right. So that movement, I have your blessing to go ahead and take my turn. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna take a dodge out of here and zip, and I'm gonna grab the fuel for this guy's fire and try and zip him away as well.
So you just feel yourself like sort of like slip back into reality as you step
Snap
out
back
of the
to
dome.
reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Oh, there goes that guy as you like throw him away from the dome.
And I'll call that good. I think we're just gonna have to camp out in front of this Joker for 10 minutes, guys.
So yeah, from inside the dome, you like don't hear. I mean, the chanting sort of like was cut short with Fuego's last blow. So I mean, like the round just sort of passes with like no signs of any movement or sound coming from within the dome.
Oh, he stopped saying "leave us alone." He's kind of.
Stop yelling like "leave us be, leave us be."
All right.
Leave us. Maybe hit him. Hit something through the dome with your helmet. Correct.
Okay. Should I?
It seems like you can still shoot in there. It seems like you can still get something out of the deal. But I think it would be unwise to put any more living matter in there.
What if maybe we
I-
break a
for a couple
lamppost
minutes.
down, get Wu on one side of the lamppost, get Fuego on the other side of the lamppost, and just kind of like clothesline through the orb, push him out?
That's not bad. That's not a bad idea.
That's a dope idea.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, that's lit.
We just
Actually,
need to
my
break a
halberd is-
lamppost.
I mean, I have my halberd, which is now useless anyway. Like, we can, just take the sides of my halberd and put it through. Probably is the halberd big enough
that
to
long
pass
enough?
through the dome?
It'd have to be
I
over.
don't know if it is.
It'd have to be like well over 5 foot long, which it probably isn't if it's not a
I
reach
guess
weapon.
yeah, it's true. I guess. How big are halberds? I don't even know.
Well, if it's not a
They're
reach
long,
one, if
but
it's just
not
like a little one, then
long.
it's probably about 5 foot. 6 maybe. I don't know. 6 makes
Yeah,
sense.
halberds are usually 5 to 6 feet long, so
Hmm.
that doesn't give a lot of room to hold it. It's
Well,
kind
all of
awkward.
us do have rope, and we also have.
Yes, of course. We
Point.
could just move a rope. We could just put a rope through it.
Literally
just-
clothesline him.
We're gonna actually clothesline him with an actual
I fucking
clothesline.
love it. I fucking love it. Jordan with the ideas. First throwing the segment into the fire, and now the rope.
Being
We're
blind gives you
flaw-
a lot of time to
we're-
think.
Oh my god, we are flossing this little joker right out of our gums.
Excellent.
All about this.
All right,
We are performing hygiene on this fool.
I'm ready. How
I'm
do
gonna-
we? Wooben, what do you want us to roll for this to happen? I will do. All right, let's try. True. You can do it. You can do it if you want. I can hold one and you the other, Prora. I'm down.
Parat
Someone
can
else is
Parat
right.
can hold one of the ropes, and then one of you guys just holds Parat's feet, so that he's helping.
I'm gonna look at him.
I can pull Poirot's tail.
Rats are pretty good at climbing ropes. That's how they get on the ships. How
I'm
they
gonna look in, and I'm going to I don't know.
insult his mother.
Can I try and make a perception check and see through the void so I can direct them to where the rope should go exactly?
Yep.
Cool. And then just give them advantage.
That's not a thing in Pathfinder.
Yeah, so peering through, you can sort of see, you can like vaguely make out the figure. It seems to have like attached the pelvis and leg bones of one of the charred remains of one of the sectarians to its waist. But you can see it's largely motionless except for like one of its hands is sort of like twitching.
There he is.
Oh, so is it unconscious? Like, did that halberd strike take it out, and now we just have to wait for the freaking thing to go down or whatever? That would be
I mean, it
hilarious.
didn't die, I think. Did it die? We don't know. I mean, I did 13 damage to it or something. 15 damage to it.
If it's only twitching, that's kind of a good sign, I think. But okay, so Kian sees that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right.
And he also like you know where the rope.
Oh, excellent. Okay, Kian, Poirat, direct us with your superior direction.
You are still the leader of Parat Investigations and
Mm.
Co.
I'm basically just John Wootson.
And I'm just the muscle of the crew. I don't know who is the muscle here. But...
That's the Archie Goodwin.
yeah, sure. That's good. That's good.
If you have to ask.
So you guys are gonna try and floss this guy out of the dome?
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna toss a rope to our barbarian bud, and we're gonna have Poirat direct us with his keen rat senses, and we're just gonna floss this fool right out of the. We're just gonna sweep him out.
Watch me crit fail a strength roll and falling into the
Yeah.
fire.
Well, yeah, you guys need to like. You will need to make a strength roll because you
Yeah.
need to do this like as quickly as possible
done.
because
I'm
I mean
done.
the halberd didn't really last long in the dome, so rope.
Yeah. Roger.
is,
Roger.
So yeah, whoever's got highest strength, make a strength check with +2.
I've.
That's you.
Yeah,
Go
that's
for it.
me.
So you make a strength check with +2 because Wu's also assisting you.
Oh, hang on. It's doing weird.
Wait, make
thing.
it +3 with Porat's. Because Porat's, you got Porat's direction.
Yes.
Alright, you like sweep the rope along the ground and like pull against the body and like leverage the top segment of the skelepede out of the dome into the open. And it's just lying there motionless for a second until suddenly the right hand just like detaches at the wrist and starts like scuttling away using its fingers.
Oh, hell no. Not with Wu on the case, fool. I've got time and monk running speed. I'm gonna just chase this sucker down and grind it under my sandal.
You're the tracer of Pathfinder, basically.
Yes, exactly.
Just roll a coup de grace.
Okay.
Stomp in the hand.
So I'm just gonna roll. I'm gonna roll the attack because that way it'll roll the damage, and then we can figure that out.
Oh, nice! Fuck.
Gracious.
Oh, all right.
Well, I
You
mean,
did
it's a
confirm
coup,
actually. Yeah.
it's a coup de grace, but
Still good. Still good.
the point is
So,
that
yeah,
it
you-
does give us the damage.
Yeah. So you just like run up and like bring your sandal right down on this thing's like the back of its hand, and you hear like all the bones crunching underneath your foot.
It's a very
sort of like-
large cockroach.
Spasms around for a second and then lies motionless.
Sweet action.
So you guys are just looking around, surveying the aftermath. The dome is still like persisting there, just ominously hanging in the middle of the street. But no segments of the skelepede. I mean, none of the segments are moving any longer.
Okay, we're gonna have to interrogate one of these sectoids, or I'm sorry, the sectarians.
Sectoids,
Ooh, that was real
yes.
bad. Yeah,
It's
I really,
XCOM.
yeah, I got that bad wrong, didn't I? It's the grid, guys.
The alien
yeah.
autopsy project.
Yeah, it's all these grids that I'm staring at right here. So we're gonna have to interrogate one of those guys. But as it stands, I think that all we have to do is stand around to make sure that as few civilians jump into this void as possible, and kind of keep an eye to make sure.
If anyone
that...
jumps into this fire voluntarily, that's basically, that's a Darwin Award. So
That's something
Right,
that they've
but you wanna-
been planning for a while.
no
wanna
offense,
put up
no
some
offense
road
though,
cones.
but
I want to. Could I find some road cones, Wubin?
You could probably like
find-
makeshift some out of like chop the top half of a lamp off.
Yeah, sure. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna set up
one
some
of those
caution
yellow,
tape.
one of those yellow boards. Careful, elemental void.
Yeah, I want to set up some caution tape around the scene, make sure nobody gets hurt because I'm a caring person like that. That's how caring Wu is.
Meanwhile, Fuego will say, will yell to the cowering, I assume at this point, sectarians. There you are, fools! Your colony is in tatters. Look at us! Behold the might of Puara investigators and company. And we'll
I
see
mean, the
what
ones
happens.
that are talking are just sort of chanting like, "The colony is timeless. The colony is everlasting. The colony is immortal."
timeless.
I think
I'm
we're
also
not going to get
timeless.
much out of these people, honestly.
Okay, well,
I don't like that chanting. They might have more
Yeah.
of these boxes lying around or something, but
Yeah.
somewhere.
yeah, that's a worry. Still, though, it could be you could imagine that this thing was intended to like take over an entire city's worth of people and become like hundreds of miles long or something. That would be real sick.
That would be real sick. I will throw all the chests into the fire, actually, with whatever is left inside of them.
Do they look expensive?
They do look very expensive.
Don't throw those in the fire, please.
All right, I will turn them. I will turn them over and tip all their contents into the flame fire.
Thank you.
And all the
So
bits,
just like
all the bits, all
remaining
the bits of
fleshy ephemera.
every single bit of flesh that I can find, including the smear where I overran the meat so long ago. I will toss all of that into the convenient incinerator that the Skelepede has provided us with.
Nice.
So you're just using this incineration bin.
We're
to just
doing
store-
janitorial cleanup simulator. We're doing cleanup simulator
Just,
2000 or
cleanup.
whatever.
What was it called?
just,
Something
clean up
Viscera.
detail.
Yeah, Viscera.
Yeah,
Cleanup
Viscera cleanup detail. That's it. Yeah. That's awesome. We are so considerate.
I've seen the thing. I know what. Yeah. You can't leave any of this stuff. Although,
Oh,
Am
that
I
is so
still
considerate.
blind?
Yes.
You've been yes.
Why?
permanent,
is he permanently blind? Please let him be permanently blind.
Forever.
I can
Forever.
spoil a surprise.
Now. It's
I still have minus strength, so there's that. Like we're all having a tough run right now.
I have completely run out of rage rounds at this point. By the way, my rage is spent.
So you're just everyone's like pretty fatigued, just like round up all
Are
the
the so
squishy bits
once
and chuck
once
them in
we've
this little-
once we've dealt with this, do the people like maybe come back to see what the hell's going on, or is the city still?
I mean, the
Are
city
they
is
all gone?
still. There are some people still milling around who like didn't leave.
The idiots,
Some
basically.
are like who just like coming to like check out the scene. Some of which are like wounded with scuffles with the sectarians.
Oh,
of which-
boo-hoo! Maybe they can just sit down and cry.
Roscoe don't give
Oh,
a
man.
fuck. Okay, so I'm gonna offer everybody tea to recover, especially Drauska, who seems very cranky.
I take my tea grudgingly.
Careful not to spill it.
Yeah, don't forget, I've also got milk, sugar, or spices available, so keep that in mind.
So is that suggesting that you have to pick between milk, sugar, or spices? Okay,
Well, it's just because the actual flavor text for tea says usually served with milk, sugar, or spices, so I copy pasted exactly.
That does sound
Just to
You're right.
just to really cover all the bases, you know. So
I do
anyway,
like how I do appreciate how you're taking care of your doodles with the tea like that.
yeah, you really
Appreciate
got to
it.
look out for your fellow. I'm a support character, and I'm
Look
here
out
to
for the
provide
doodles.
support for you. Yeah, I'm here
I mean,
to.
you
I'm here
are.
to support
I
the
think
doodles.
with you literally stepping into a flesh annihilating dome of fire, I think you've established yourself as the most manly of us all.
That was pretty lit. That was.
Yeah,
Or-
let's take a moment to
or the-
appreciate the fact that if he had rolled 1 point lower, he would not
Well,
be
2.
here.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Oh no, it would
totally
have been
sick.
1,
You
wouldn't
had
it?
you had a 4 in 5 chance of dying.
That is sweet. I just played like Russian roulette, except
But with-
Where all of the
One.
chambers but 1 were loaded.
I just played Russian roulette like 6 times and won
With
all
yourself.
of them. Yeah, that's so lit.
I don't know
Who's the
about that.
time god? Who's the freaking time god, fam? Anyway,
I mean, the thing is, you've used up all your luck now. Like, you will never
well
get
done.
that lucky again.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Still, though, that was balls deep. Okay, so I think at this point we're going to have to. We're all relaxing, having our tea, doing our victory dance. I'm gonna keep a close eye on the horizon, and try to see if there are more. And I think maybe we should ask the jokers who are just doing their chanting if there are more on the way.
I
worried if
doubt
this
we're gonna
is-
get anything. I'm sure they're just gonna go fucking crazy and only say, "Oh, that's colony."
No. I'm timeless too. Damn it.
Yeah, you're not getting anything out of them. But
Okay.
after a short while, the dome sort of like fades away, just leaving this like a black scorch mark in the middle of the road.
And you see like 2 footsteps where Wu stepped into the flame. It's still there.
Yeah,
it's
like black
printed
scorch
there.
mark, like silhouetting 2 footsteps.
Oh, that's
Looking
so
around.
lit.
As the day goes on, the sun sets. There's no signs of anyone else coming in over the horizon towards Luga.
Oh, what? That was literally
the
it.
last of them.
Alright,
Okay.
that's
Well,
the
yeah,
colony.
it's quite
Well,
a
then-
bit.
All right. If that is the case, then we will send word. I'm gonna alert the citizenry again. Send word to your families. It's safe to come back.
Yeah, everyone was sort of like hanging around the plains to the west, unsure of where to go, or it's sort of like
we better-
sought refuge in the nearby
yeah.
forests.
We better be
We'd
given
getting
like
some
a
street
position
cred
as
for it.
like rulers.
At least like
This is our
people
city
should
now.
Probably. Well, I mean, at least people should be kind of impressed with us. I think. I mean, you guys pissed them off before, right? So I don't know what's up with that. But...
Yeah, but then we made them happy, and then we saved their lives.
They're pretty grateful, yeah. I mean,
Freaking better be.
a lot of them don't really have a handle on what
Would
went
you-
on. They're just kind of like, what?
Woo.
People showed up, and then everyone left, and there was the riot where we like fought them, and then what? But others know that like, man, if it weren't for those guys, maybe we'd be dead.
Would you say that killing the colony is an achievement that is maybe level up worthy?
Mm-hmm.
Please, for the love of all that's
Yes.
holy.
Yes, you do
Did-
get to level
Did we
up.
do it? We made it!
Finally.
Level 4.
I'm gonna kick so much ass now. I get so
Level
much strength.
3.5.
So on.
So I think that's a good place to end the session.
Sounds good, man. We just saved the shit out of Luga.
I will say, just before we end, just as the sun is setting, and you guys are sort of like watching, scanning the horizon outside Luga, a man in a hat sort of like appears on the nearby hill and sort
No,
of
he
takes it
doesn't.
off.
No, not until we take a long rest, he doesn't.
Okay. What does it do?
A bald man in a hat appears and he just sort of like takes his hat off in salute. Just sort of like raises his cap at you and then disappears again.
Thanks, man.
Glorious.
Alright.
So here's my question, real quick. Does Drowska get to see that, or is Drowska still blind?
Oh.
Sorry. Oh, God. All right.
I mean, yeah, we'll get to the rest of the next session.
Alright. I guess my next spell that I'm taking is Magic Sensor or something.
Savage.
Oh, I fucking love it.
Alrighty,
Game
All
on,
right.
fools.
All right.
I'll see you dudes next time.
All right, take it easy, jokers.
See you.